Well, okay. Headphones, microphone. All right, good to go there. Yeah. Um, let's get it started. What's going on? It's Alan Brown, aka Bully the Kid, and this is a bass hang slash drop in. I have the link in the description if you actually are down to drop into the video, say what's up, tell me what you plan, tell me what gear you're running and stuff like that. This is the opportunity for you to do that. Um, Before we get into all the pleasantries, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. If you haven't told your mother happy Mother's Day, do please do that. It'll make a world of difference in her life. Assuming that you have a good relationship with your mom, and that's not always the case, as I found out in my life living. So, just kind of waiting on people to drop in, and we'll get this thing actually started. You know what I'm saying? Get this thing started. So when you actually were watching this, I want to know where you watching this from. Not like tablet, but what city, state, country, where are you watching this? How am I coming to you? And tell me about your rig. Tell me about your bass rig. And if you do have questions or anything like that, go ahead and answer them, ask them, and I'll do my best to give you an answer. And stuff like that. Welcome to everybody that's just dropping in. Okay, cool. Calling her UK. I can dig it. Cool, cool. So, what rig are you running right now, Paul? It's my question to you. Jamaica checking in. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. What rig are you running? Like, what's your bass? What is your amp? Do you play anything? What's going on, Mod? Got my cold snacks ready. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Florida? Okay, I can dig it. All right. Can you make an exercise out of ghost notes? You can. It can be done, but what's the purpose? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get better at doing ghost notes, or trying to get where the placement needs to be? Well, I need more context in what you're asking. I'm learning to play the piano. Cool, cool. So, what genre of music are you trying to learn? Are you doing classical? Are you just R&B? Are you a composer, songwriter? What's the whole thing? Okay. Aiming for an Ibanez next month. Cool. I had a Geo once upon a time. It was my six string bass. I was in high school, cut a few yards, and I was like, yeah, four string, six strings are better. I'm gonna do that. I was not prepared. And I didn't know anything about playing the bass. So I understand. Let's see, from the UK as well. Are you on Facebook at the same time? I'm on my artist page on Facebook, yes, at the same time. I'm trying to play funk with some of those. I'm assuming those ghost notes. Okay. Um, I think I can come up with something that you can like try to work on. It improves your uh speed and kind of gets wraps your mind around where they should be and how you work them. Something that isn't really said a lot. Ghost notes come easier when you use two fingers to play fingerstyle. And it's basically just pedaling the same location, not pressing down on the fret or not pressing down on the string. And well, I'll just show you. We'll see where it goes. Oh, wow, that just got real loud. That just got mad loud. Might need to get a better chord for this. Let's see. sitting on it, and I am. There we go. Ah, just kind of wait for the amp to turn on. Okay, we are live. What is going on? Hmm, that's interesting. All right, so let's do it like this. I will excuse the sound here, and I'll go directly out of here into here and cut out the middleman. Only problem is I do not have an amplifier to give me different types of sounds and stuff. So this is what it's going to be. Unless this cord is bad or maybe the battery's dead. Battery's dead. So we out here. Here we go. Okay. So if you're trying to get a exercise that you can use ghost notes and stuff with, I'm gonna give you this very simple funk bass line type thing, and it's one of my go-tos that I use all the time. So let me get this out of the way, and then we'll show it like this. It's on the it be on any string, but if you have a four string, this string, the top string, won't be there. So these are E, A, D, G, you know, and you can go to make it simple. I'll go to the A string, and then I play the octave, and then the flat seven, which is if you don't know the number system and stuff like that, starting from the C. So it's one, two on the same string, next string down, three, four, which is right under the original note, four, five, six, seven, one. Okay. So when I say one octave, flat seven, it's because the seven is here and you're going just flat or two going towards the head of the guitar, which is this here. So okay, so now let's go ahead and work on those ghost notes and stuff. So what I would do is okay. Now I'm gonna actually kind of show my right hand so you can see that. This is all I'm doing with my left hand. Okay, so you don't need to see that. I'm keeping a percussive beat. Okay. Okay. So I'm doing rakes. And just depends on how fast I'm playing. And I'm getting that sound by not pressing the string down. I'm actually just holding it, trying to deaden it. So it's a lot of different things that I'm doing just with that one simple groove. So you can start out like okay. So that's one thing that you can do, just keeping a steady beat. The reason why it sounds more dead when I put all my fingers is because this can be a harmonic, right? So me putting my finger in the middle spot actually kind of helps to deaden the note. Okay, so ghost notes. That's something you can work on. Try that out, and you'll be surprised what type of grooves and percussive movements you can come out just by doing that. So, um, yeah, but on pretty much all of my videos, whenever I'm like testing on a bass, I'm just trying to groove and funk. That's usually my go-to. That's what I first start with. So let's see. I was talking and playing, and I missed some comments, so I'm gonna go back and check it out. Okay. Why is your YouTube name Bully the Kid? Bully was given to me by a friend who's playing basketball, and I have a rather aggressive style of playing, or I did at the time, before I found out that I don't have to post up and do stuff like that. Uh, I actually can shoot, so I kind of changed it up. But the name, I got called that in a game, and it just kind of stuck. Everybody just started referring to me as that, and I was like, eh. And then the kid came from, it's just a play on Billy the Kid, you know. So when I first started the channel, I received a lot of flack talking about it's wrong to bully children. I was like, no, it's bully. I'm the dude. I'm the kid. Bully the kid, or bully your boy. It just depends on how you look at it. From Tampa, Florida, residing in Morocco. Dope. Cool, man. Let's see. When you create, do you play drums or do you use plugins? I play drums. I actually have, like, I'm sitting on my drum throne, and my drum set is right here. That's my microphone. But yeah, I do. I actually play the kit for pretty much all my videos, unless you see somebody in the corner doing the drum stuff. Yeah. So yeah, drums was actually my first passion, and then um, I I had a bass. A bass was sent to me, gifted to me by a guitar player, and I just kind of sat aside the drums and just focused on trying to get better at the bass. So, and this is like church stuff, so that's where I got my roots at. So, good question though. I don't think anybody's ever asked that question. I get you watching videos about funk music. Okay. Why do I have so many guitars? Different guitars offer different sounds and tonal voicings, and some of these guitars were kind of given to me for either promotional or for me to do a review or a demo. I've actually only bought maybe half of these. The rest of them have just been companies that I wanted to work with that wanted to work with me, and God seen fit to bless me with that. And yeah, you are right. Just take it easy. Take it easy, Stu. Uh, what's going on, by the way? That's my dude, man. SD. Um, it's I don't know, man. They are called basses, and most bass players get offended by you calling his bass a guitar, even though it is technically a bass guitar. But we don't talk about that. I mean bass. I don't know instruments. Okay, a bass is still technically a guitar. Yeah, I guess technically. You still spelled bass wrong. But yeah, that's why I have so many. Yeah. Y'all are hilarious, man. Do you dig Zappa's basses? I do. I haven't really listened to their music. You know what I'm saying? Dom, play some Sir Duke. Man, I don't even know if I can. Uh, I think that's the key. Oh. Oh man. Oh man, look, it's been too long, and that's just off my head trying to remember the song. Uh, hey. So there you go. Oh man. Let's see. How to do that. Oh, that's how you do that. I learned something new today. That's great. Okay. I'm doing this from a whole different like computer setup, and I'm trying to figure out how to work all this stuff. It's a Chromebook and there's no little scrolly thingy on. It's a whole situation. I have a computer coming and it's not built yet. And I just listen, just pray for me. Okay. Um, thank you for the compliment. Science Posters. What's going on? Why did you decide to make YouTube videos? I actually made YouTube. You must be new. I started making YouTube videos for my mom. Actually, she's in Texas. I'm in Oklahoma, and I can't get to play at the church anymore where I used to play. So, in order for her to hear me, for her to watch me, so she can like feel like she's close to me because she like loves me playing. Like so, I started making YouTube videos for that, just an outlet for her to hear me play songs. It then evolved to people asking me questions and then me realizing that I enjoy helping people. So I continue to make videos, do reviews because I don't want people to spend their money when there's better options out there. Like I don't want you to drop $2,000 just because you only know Fender American Jazz. You know what I'm saying? If you can buy something that's reasonable, sounds good, and does everything that you wanted to do, and also say like save 3/4 of the money you would spend on that brand, whatever it is, Warwick, Fender, MTD. If you get the same functionality out of the equipment, why spend 4 times as much money to get it done? You know what I'm saying? So like 5 or 6 of these bases together would be the price of one American Fender Deluxe, whatever. And I think I can if I wanted to modify one of these bases, if I messed up, it wouldn't hurt me as much as if I tried to modify one expensive bass and then I mess it up and then the bass is just messed up now. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's why I actually started to give bass players, new bass players, intermediate bass players, novice bass players a glimpse into what's out there and what options you have, just in case you don't know that they're out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I make YouTube videos. Good question. When I start my channel, will you give me an interview? Sure. I'm not that special, but absolutely I'll give you an interview. Absolutely. Love your videos. I was wondering how you mic up your bass. I have a interface, and right now I have the interface plugged into this little Chromebook, and it's reading. It's a 2 input interface, and it's reading the microphone on one channel, and then I have my bass directly plugged into the interface in the secondary channel. So in effect, it's getting both signals at the same time, which is why I could talk, and then you can still hear me with the bass even being there. So yeah, and that's usually the setup. Um, if I'm trying to do like filters and effects and stuff, again my in the Rumble stage dial in over there, then run that out into the interface, and it's the exact same thing. So that's how I do it. Also, good question. I should probably do a video on how I set everything up to make it happen. Maybe one day. Let's see. Right on, man. That's cool. I started on drums too, but yeah, man. You drums. Most drummers transition one or two ways. Either they, well, three ways. Either they just love the drums and they don't want to do nothing else, which is completely fine. You just become a master of that one thing. But most drummers end up being bass players because we're parallel streets on the street of groove. You know what I'm saying? Two-lane highway, bass, drums, we go in the same direction. We locked in together. Uh, I've also seen where drummers go to the organ or keyboard route, which is interesting. You have a fundamental sense of timing if you are a drummer, and you tend to think a little bit differently than somebody that plays classical and that type of stuff. So it's interesting either way. So for me, I started on drums, played drums from like probably about 6 or 7 to probably about 13 or 14. And then I kind of like chilled out. So my skills kind of stopped there at 14. I can still hold it down and I can got some chops, but yeah, my skills kind of just stopped there at 14 and stuff. So I'm cool. I still love the drums, but bass took me and it's been a thing for a few years now. Yeah. Let's see. Right now, learning to play funk. Your videos are very educative and enjoyable. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. That's encouragement. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I see something that's very hilarious. Play some funkadelic. I can't think of anything at the present moment. Sir Duke was just a fluke. I don't know how I pulled that out. Uh, oh man, I haven't practiced that in a while. Like I haven't listened to that in a while. Actually, I need to get back on it. Let's see. Thanks for making these videos, man. I've learned a lot from you over the years. Thank you. I'm glad that I've been able to at least help one person. That's great. I was just about to say some bootsy. Okay. I am new, actually. Cool. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, man. They don't have to be some. I'm awesome at bass, and I think I'm great. Nah, man. This for my mama, and y'all are just laying you up. Like I enjoy talking to you. This is fun to do to actually interact with you and stuff. But I originally started this just for my mom. So if you hear, mom, happy Mother's Day. I love you. She does. She is known to drop in. So I have to keep all of my verbiage dialed in, especially today. What's going on, Ruben? How you doing? Ooh, I don't know who she's talking to. Can't be me. What I did. He's the kid, not bully. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I should have been paying more attention to time. Let's see. Please do a video of your setting up, meaning like a computer, mic interface, etc. Okay. I'll go ahead and do that. I can dig that. Love the phrase "the street of groove." Yeah, man, Groove Street. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all hilarious. I tried to play the drums when I was 9. I was horrible. Man, look, nobody just hops on an instrument and is a master immediately. Everybody that's quote unquote good at playing, it took a lot of time, it took a lot of effort, and they upset a lot of people to get where they are. So, all right. La 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 la. Oh, I didn't see this one. That's the V7, right? I love it. Yeah, this is the vintage V7 from Sire. It's a Sire Marcus Miller vintage V7, and yeah, it didn't come with the pick guard. I actually added that later, just a little flavor and stuff on it, make it different. But yeah, it's a solid bass, really solid. Slap is great. The preamp is ridiculous. Like, hold on. Right, these are old strings. So I'm gonna turn this mid down. I'm just gonna enter the Marcus Miller world. Oh, I don't have my batteries. So I can only do passive mode right now. It gets nasty though. gets nasty. Might swap it out. We swap it out with this M2 over here. Because I know that's got battery life. Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah. Oh, put you right here. All right. Throw this girl up here. Uh-huh. Now you don't move now. Okay. And I'm back in it. Okay. This is another Sire bass. This is a Sire M2. It's kind of one of my go-tos. It's a very dependable girl. Maple on mahogany. And I was talking about the preamp. I should probably turn this up, you know. That would be a reason why it's not doing it. Okay. Oh, man. Between both pickups, tone all the way up. Distortion. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's a beast, and these are 7-month-old strings now. So, yes, indeed. Let's see. Oh man, we got the lobster in here. What's going on, man? Hold on. I have to bring you in just a second. Actually, let's bring you in now. Low end.
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening?
Can you hear me? I've never done this before.
Yeah.
All right, just let me know if I'm clipping or anything. How you doing?
I'm fine. What's going on, my man?
Oh. Not too much. I caught your stream for the first time last week, and I just wanted to, you said you were doing the drop-ins. I thought, well, check it out, see what it's all about.
I mean, I could dig it. All right, I actually thought you were my other friend. I have a friend that's called Low End Lobster. It's cool that you're here. Dope. So what bass do you have?
This was almost my grail piece.
Okay. What
is old 80s Yamaha Motion B.
Okay. Let me see that thing. Okay. 2 humbuckers. Is it passive?
It is passive with a split on it.
Okay.
It's a 3/4 scale.
How does it split?
Just splits the bridge from humbucking to singles.
Oh, sweet. So it's humbucking in the front and then switchable in the back?
Switchable in the rear, yeah.
Cool.
It's got this wacky little headstock.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
And if it'll keep focus, the bridge is really different. See, it's got articulation every way, plus fine tuners for some reason. Yeah. I don't know why you need fine tuners on a bass, but
I mean, listen, there are a whole bunch of snobs out there that would argue that point, so it makes sense. Where'd you find it, and how long have you had it?
I've had this for about 2 years. I actually found it on Music Go Round online. Because I'd always be looking, and they were always, the only ones I could find to buy were in Japan. And I always feel kind of weird about ordering stuff from.
I mean, sometimes you gotta do it.
And then I just put it in one day, and it popped up, and it's like, sold. I gotta have this.
Okay. Did you get it for a good price?
Yeah, nobody wants a bass like this. I think it was like $300, worth every penny. Yeah.
That's cool. Cool. So is that the only bass you own?
No, I have a couple other ones, but they're all in cases. I actually haven't played bass in like 2 or 3 years, and I just started getting back into it.
Why are you doing that? This is therapeutic to the soul, baby.
It is. I just been concentrating on guitar. I figured can't serve two masters. So
the dark side takes another one. Doggone it.
No, actually, when I was young, like really young, like maybe 14 or 15, I started out playing guitar. Okay. But it's like everybody played guitar when you're that age, and it's like, dude, nobody.
You know how many stories I've heard like that? There's a band forming. We already have 2 guitarists. We need you to play bass. No, okay, I'll be in the band. That type of stuff.
So that's exactly what it was. And then it's like, I realized, it's like, wait a second, I love playing the bass. The bass player, nobody knows it, but we control the band. Bass and drums. We're what's keeping people dancing. We're keeping the hits
pretty
moving.
much. Listen, You can build a beautiful, ridiculous house, but if you don't have the foundation, that house is gonna fall. So that's how I like to look at it. I never really dabbled in the dark. I call it the dark side. It's really not that
the
bad.
dark arts.
I never really dabbled in guitar, like, you know, little boy bass, too many strings bass. I haven't really dabbled in that side of life until like just recently. Like I bought it just to use for when I have friends come over and they want to play and we're trying to record something real quick.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? This is collecting dust. I might as well try to do something. So it's been different. I'm not changing sides, but I can. It's like Jedi or Sith, and I'm kind of Samuel L with the purple lightsaber, man.
Okay. he said I straddle that line, but it's like, you know, since everybody's been on lockdown, it's like, I'm gonna pick up this bass again, and
that's exactly how it happened. It was like, man, let me go ahead and try to do something on this acoustic that I have because of my wife, and then this guitar I have because of friends. Let me try something. I'm gonna try something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's not that bad. It's been okay journey so far. It's been all right. All right. So what type of music do you normally play?
Normally just about everything. Although it's like out of all the insane bass stuff, country's the hardest for me.
Really?
I don't know why.
The easiest.
You think it should be because you're just like kind of pedaling between you know, root and fifth, root and third and everything, but it's like it's just something about like there's a timing and a feel to it that's just really hard for me.
Really?
I mean, to pantomime it, it's easy.
If I tell you to do like a 12-bar blues type deal, and that's basically what country is, basically. So if I told you to do a 12-bar blues, you'd have trouble going like 1, 4, or 5 on the number scale.
Oh no, I could totally do that. And like I said, I can pantomime it. I could fake it. But if I went into a country club and tried to play, I get bottles thrown at me.
Hold on. Oh wait, so we talking about I'm gonna try this, okay?
Okay.
That type of stuff?
No, see, I think that would be more, you know, that would be blues bar.
Is it?
Kind of music.
Then what the heck is country?
Is my bass coming through, or am I
peaking? Like bluegrass. Yeah, it is. I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
all right, bluegrass, kind of country Americana.
I was like, hold on. It makes me want a polka. I don't know. Steven.
But no, I love playing all kinds of music.
Okay.
Except,
yeah, so
playing with the pick doesn't feel right on bass to me.
You shouldn't. It shouldn't. Should never.
So I couldn't be in a heavy band. For me, it's fingerstyle or nothing.
Yeah, well, here's the thing though. So you can do that. There's many different ways to attack it. You could always have fresh strings. So you have that trebly situation that kind of similarly does that. I've seen this. I've had friends that grew their fingernails, these 2 fingernails out, and rather than use a pick, they were like, like they were doing it that way. I was like, that's still cheating, but I understand why you did it. Right. Yeah. So
there's something about the bass for me, just, you know, just the thickness of the strings and that low end sound. It's like, it's very tactile. It's like I need to feel it on my fingertips.
Yeah. And the guitar is extremely, this frets are just too small, dude. I got these, dude. So me trying to do chords, it's a tall order. it's a listen, this is the upward fret. Like this is the upper fret. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it.
I can see
how much space my finger is taking up on this. Now you want to take that, cut it in half, and then think I'm gonna do a chord like this? Oh, look at that. Man, no. Power chord. That's what you get from me. Yeah. So yes, indeed. So yeah, where you watching this from?
I'm in Pennsylvania. Where are you broadcasting from?
I'm in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Cool. So what's the time over there? Is it like 8:35?
8:35. Yep.
Oh, dope, man. This is yeah.
And what are so what? You be an hour behind us?
Okay. 7:35. Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting, man.
Right
Well,
on.
man, I'm not gonna hold you up. I gotta put some more of these questions on the screen. It was nice that you actually dropped in, and you're welcome to drop in anytime, my man.
Oh, likewise, appreciate it.
All right,
Have a
take
good
it easy.
broadcast.
All right, all right. Yeah, dude was cool, man. I could dig it. All right, let's see what we talking about over here. Mr. Brown, oh Jerome, again. Come on now, man. I just went to the piano. Then okay, I can understand why you would give uh proper. What's happening? How you doing, man? Let's see. Do you play a lot of covers on gigs or originals? Most of the gigs and stuff I do. It's pretty much I play at church on like I played today, earlier today. I play at church, and those are I guess you can call them covers. I guess you, but some of them are live church songs. And then the Thursday night gigs I do are pretty much improv. So you just bring a bass, bring an amp, and then artists come up and do their craft, and then you just throw a groove to whatever they spitting or whatever poetry or whatever mood they're trying to set. Ate some spicy food. Sorry, I don't have the disease. So me playing a lot of covers and stuff, I really don't do that. I used to, but I don't anymore. See you later, Stuart. It was good seeing you, my man. Or good you dropping in. Appreciate it. Never went to church. At least I when I started playing. What church? What did church teach you? Feeling like I missed out. Um, church playing, being a church musician. It crap. I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Sorry. You okay? All right. Okay. Church basically taught me feeling. It taught me placement, pocket groove, feeling where the music is going. Also knowing how much time you have to improvise something and get back on course. So like if the bass line was extremely simple and you can get bored with it, how much like but like that whole piece is just to get back to the boom, 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 boom. Like that's the whole thing. So uh basically church taught me how to feel, basically. What's your favorite bass there? I get this question a lot and I do not have a definitive answer. I have go-to basses that I pick up just if I'm out and I need something. My go-to basses are my M2, basically my Sire line, and this Seafoam Green baby right here. Those are my go-to basses on a just I'm pulling a bass out, know it's gonna sound good, know it's gonna perform. Those are the ones I grab. So the one I've been grabbing the most lately has been a Sire M2. That's been the one I've been messing with lately. And yeah, it's been pretty good. Pretty good. I feel the same way, Panda. There are no churches with a band in my area. Wow. Where are you watching this from, Proper? Glad to know I'm not alone. Okay, all churches are supposed to have bands. That's what I thought. I've never heard of a church without a band. Like what type of church you go to? They have a pianist and that's about it. Man, nah, man. Nah, I can't do that. I'd have to move, brother. That is not a band if it's just a piano. I don't think so. Y'all are hilarious, man. Oh man. I like how y'all are talking to each other. That junk is funny. Oh, Max, man. How you doing, man? How you doing? Glad you dropped in. This guy is one of the he's one of the people that gave me the courage to actually record my first videos. His personality is really low key, really cool, calm, collected. He obviously loves playing bass, and it translates in all of his videos. So if y'all follow me, go and check him out. Appreciate you dropping in. He's somebody. Him and Rumbling Man are the two cats that I was like, yeah, if they can do it, I like their style. If they can do it, I think I could do it too. So yeah. And every time you drop, man, I'm gonna end up saying it because this is the truth. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. I think a band is at the very least some type of keyboard or piano and drums. At the very, very least. What's going down, Dion? How you doing? What's going on, Van Rock? I have a P7. I'm interested in the P2. It's a good investment. It's solid. It's fairly inexpensive. I think it's ringing in around 430 something for a 5 string. Think less than that, probably 375, 350 for a 4 string. It's a great investment. You can't know. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you the truth. So I mean, you can take it or not, but my truth is my truth. I really want to. I really want someday to see a video of you unboxing a Regenbach. You as well as I. I would love to friggin' own a rig. One day it'll happen. One day. Cliff Burn play heavy memory. You play this one. Okay, cool. What's going on, man? How you doing? Yeah, man. Got a community of cats that I like real cool. They drop in, say what's up. All right, so I got like 25 of y'all here. Cold snack engage. If y'all want to drop in, the link to actually get into this is in the description. If y'all want to drop in, say what's good, chop it up, tell me what rig you running and stuff like that. But right fast, everybody that's watching, can you type in where y'all are actually catching this stream from? I always find it interesting to see how I'm reaching out to people. I think it's dope. And I didn't even pay attention, man. Steve is actually on my Facebook page. That's dope. And it came through. I just ran right through it. That's dope. Appreciate you watching, Steve. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I'm trying to decide whether to switch to flatwines on my next Mexican jazz. Thoughts? Depends on what type of music that you're actually playing. So if you're playing like rock progressive stuff, you probably don't want to do flatwines. But if you're doing like a jazz type situation, then that'd be, you know what I'm saying? You could do that. That'd be dope. Definitely be dope. So let me catch up while y'all are talking. I'm just chopping it up. Okay. What's a good inexpensive 6 string bass? Um, I would say SX has a really good inexpensive bass, but you can't for the life of me catch them on there anymore. Bryce comes up a lot. I've heard some really good Bryce basses. All this is at rondomusic.com. So if you want to check them out, go to their 6 string bass page. Check out the inventory they have. But I would suggest SX as a 6 string. I have 2 of them. This one, this natural one right here, is a 6 string, and then I have a black one, which is right here. Is right here, and that's a 6 string rosewood neck bass. All right, we got Jerome for Chicago. Look like Jerome trying to drop in. Okay, I'll get to you in just a second. Say what's up to all these cats right fast. Got my man Ruben, Costa Rica, Jacksonville, Alabama. I can dig it. Okay. Said Jamaica. Okay. Orlando, Florida. Shout out. Arkansas. Cool. You right next door. Dig it. Pennsylvania. Okay. Let's see. Bay Area. Can dig it. Topeka. Next door. Okay. Up top. Maryland DMV. Okay. No, I have not had the opportunity to try Sandberg bass, and all the music shops are shut down. So I really haven't been dabbling in any play-ins and stuff like that for at least 2 months now. So Kingston, okay. Port Richey, Florida, okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So I'm bring Jerome Hill into the stream and see what's good. What's happening?
What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Oh man, chilling. I hear you.
Cool.
Yeah,
Did you happen to catch the verses for Jill Scott and Erica Badu?
yeah, man. That's why I ended my stream yesterday. I had to sit in on a little bit of that, man. I think the last hour and a half.
Did you
Yeah.
think Jill won to you?
Yes, man. I went into that thing sad that Erica's gonna get washed. Jill got hits, man. She got hits. She's
Yeah,
sitting there
yeah,
like
you're right. I'm
babyface.
like, man, I gotta admit it.
She's like, listen, how many number ones she got, and all of her music rides. It they would go back and forth.
Oh
Here's a
God.
few things that I didn't know though, and I'm sorry that it's going this way, but like I didn't know Erica had like 2 or 3 songs. I was like, I've never heard this before, and I have all your albums. Maybe I just skipped it, but like she was playing them, I was like, man, these things kind of nice. Go see what this is on,
Had something
and
unexpected.
yeah, I think it was like Earth Tree or Earth Song, something Earth. I was like, man, where you bring this out from? Is this about to be released?
Like, please, well, like, give it to us.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Why you stop recording? Dang it.
Wow, that is
Yeah, man.
insane. It,
Yeah, it was a good vibe, man. It wasn't like a competition thing. It's like, oh, you came with
no,
that. Well, I'm about to one up you. It was like, I'm
real
jamming this.
mellow
I
out.
also, I also got this. And then they did the musician face. This one.
Oh my God.
I was like, yeah. That's the highest compliment anybody could. They can say, man, you play great. But if you don't say it and you just on the side,
Yeah, you got that actual face. That means you're making a
oh
real
yeah,
compliment. I've done
give me
it
that.
many times.
Let me get that at you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, like, dude, that's the biggest. Like, dude, to me, that's the biggest compliment of all. That is the greatest compliment of all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You really can't one up that. Like you can't, because
No.
you can talk, you can say all the stuff you want to, but when your body involuntarily does a motion that you don't even know you're doing until it's
Oh,
over.
dude. Oh, dude, I'm gonna tell you something. And this dude is this man is probably gonna get angry at me if he's not watching, and I highly doubt that he's not. I mentioned that I go to my cousin's church in
Mm-hmm.
Maywood. And
Yeah.
dude, let me just tell you, there's a musician at my church named Vincent Dodd, who I mentioned on the last stream.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, every time, you know how the song what's that the song called uh I know it was the blood. You know that song, I know it
Yeah.
was the blood. Oh
Uh-huh.
my God. Dude, when he gets around and playing that song, he does this little thing called he does this little thing that he does on the organ. And guess
Uh-huh.
how it goes?
The-
No, 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 no. It goes like do 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 do. I'm like, ooh, that is nasty. I gotta take that from you when I get good.
You're just gonna go ahead and just write that
I'm
down.
taking notes. I'm taking mental notes.
Write that down. How'd you okay, that was an inversion. Okay, we're gonna yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking mental notes.
Yeah, man. So I've had somebody took a picture of me watching somebody that I was like, man, this dude gross. But me lurking in the background looked like I wanted to punch him. That's what it looked like. So I'm in the back and I'm
Yeah,
watching his hands. I'm watching his hands.
yeah.
And they took the
Like,
picture and I'm sitting there like this.
man, how did this? I'm just. That's your study face. That is the study face. Like, how? I'm just observing.
You might as
I'm,
well call me Kakashi. I'm the copycat ninja of the bass.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man. I wish I had
Chidori.
that. I wish I had that. Look, there's some people that like there's a one person who passed away who used to play at my cousin's church that
Mm-hmm.
used to be a very good friend of his. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
man, and I played by him a couple times. And look, man, I'm like everything that he did, I'm like, ooh, I'm a dude because I'm like his style is like so cold. It looked like he bring like merged some neon with some funk. like do 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 do. Like, oh my God, it sounded like a bass, but I'm like, it's on the organ. I'm like, ooh, I gotta take that when I'm good.
I understand, man. I understand that.
Man,
Yeah. Messed up part is whenever I actually get to the level where I could do it, I can't remember what that lick was. Like I'm going
man,
back and I see that dude again, and he did something, and it was like a sweep, but it was on the bass.
right.
Like you know how metal players like it was a sweep, and it was like a threefold sweep to the chord that they
Hmm.
ended on, and I was like, I
God,
can't play
that's
behind him.
nasty.
I can't play behind him. I don't want to play the
No,
bass no more.
no.
Then they called my church up. I was sitting there like,
I might as well just come in with the best I got.
no, man, I'm over here like I can't fire off because like we gotta be good. Man, and time constraints. I can't. And I was only like 3 years into me playing bass, so I don't even have the skills to be nasty like that yet.
Right.
So I'm
Just do
just
what
sitting
you can
there.
do.
I'm just sitting there on my rig, just looking at him in disgust. Like this is. I don't. You should let me go first. This is. I don't.
Exactly. Like why y'all
This is
had to save the amateur for last?
it was debilitating. I asked if I can just not play the bass and just play the drums. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
It's like, no, we need you on this.
so,
And it
and
was
like,
luckily it was Battlefield by Carlton Pearson.
oh wow.
You know that song?
Oh
So
yeah, I'm
luckily it was
on the
that song.
battlefield.
So
Yeah.
luckily it was that song I had to play. So oh man.
You was in the
Uh
clear.
Oh man, let me tell you something. I was doing all type of chord stuff. I know they wasn't real chords. I know they wasn't, but it was there and it
Right.
came in the right spot. Like,
Yeah, it can't.
yeah. Anyway, so he came to me. He's like, "Man, you are good. How old are you?" I was like, 15. How long you been playing? How long you been playing? Like 3 years. What? "Mm, yeah, but I can't do the. He's like, just keep going. It'll get there. Still hasn't
Yeah.
got there. I've been playing for years.
Man, hopefully, man, that's the same with me, man. I mean, it's not exactly the same with me. Hopefully, because I'm still an amateur, still trying to learn the piano and the
I'm
organ.
still an amateur.
Because what you say?
I'm still an amateur. What you
Oh
talking
man,
about?
look, dude, look, you are far along. Well, you have more experience than I do, so you bound to get a couple licks in. Like I've been watching you, man. You've been like, I'm like, man, if I was a bass player, I'm like, I would probably. But here's the thing, I'm a musician, so I think every musician ought to be able to learn from other musicians
Yeah.
and to basically embrace what everybody has because I believe with piano, you can, or with any instrument, you can create anything.
Uh,
And
yeah.
then, and then after that, this
Yeah.
week, man, we had like tragic news. Like, did you hear about Betty Wright?
Yeah. Don't tell me that, man.
Man, Betty Wright just passed at the age of
I heard
66
little.
today.
Hold on. I heard little Richard passed.
Yesterday.
Betty
Man,
White passed today.
yes.
Bruh, come on, 2020.
Yeah, no, we lost three people. And let me tell you who we lost. We first lost Little Richard, then it was
Yeah.
Andre Harrell, and then today, Betty Wright.
Man, let's just throw 2020 in the trash, bro. I feel like I feel like this whole year has been Poochie's thus far. I feel like we should have a do-over. Like
Yeah.
just yeah,
I
like
mean, like first,
I'm not gonna be 34 this year. I'm still 33 until you get this stuff together.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like here's the thing, man. My birthday just passed, like in April 16th, and one of
Mhm.
those, and one of the great things about that day, I mean, like one, it was my birthday, but the very next day, my my friend from high school had his baby. So I'm like, man, I'm looking at
So,
this, a little bit as a positive. I mean, like we was just talking about this, and I'm like, man, don't get me wrong, 2020 has been a filibuster for us. Like we've been hit. Like first Kobe died, and his daughter and 9 people, and then this coronavirus is hitting, man. And I'm like, you know what, man? throughout all of this, man, I'm just gonna say this right here and right now. Don't mean to get deep, but God is, to me, is still good because my family is still doing all right. Man, you
Mhm.
still doing all right. And you know, the one thing that we can all do is just in this trying time is just stay positive and be uplifted and uplift each other, man. I don't mean to
Deep
sound
thoughts.
cheesy.
Deep thoughts on the bass hang with Bully the Kid and
Oh,
Dre.
yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't mean to be
Yeah.
deep.
Nah, man, you absolutely right. This is like our generation really hasn't had, well, this decade really hasn't had anything that was like earth shattering since September 11th that like shut everything down.
Exactly.
So
9/11. And I was
this
young for
is,
that.
yeah, I mean, it had stipulations, but I wasn't flying
Hmm.
before 9/11, so I don't even know what it was like before they started doing
Exact.
TSA stuff. Um, but like this has had ramifications that are still reverberating, and we don't know where the ripples are going to end. So
Right.
uh, our normal is not going to be the normal we once had before. You know what I'm saying? A lot
Exactly.
of
It's
cats
not.
made fun of the Orient for wearing face masks and stuff like that. Oh, they dirty or whatever.
Hmm.
We all look like them now.
Exactly. It has come to
So
pass.
what now? You know what I'm saying?
My only
Um,
fear is that, I mean, like, here's my only fear because one, I like going to the movies and I like paying for the movies. I don't care. Amazon is about, well, I think it's about to buy AMC now. So I'm like,
I don't know.
what?
I don't know why. I
Me
don't know
neither.
why.
I
They
think
they
AMC is bankrupt or something like
I
that.
mean, yeah, probably. But I mean, they gonna be bankrupt because this ain't gonna stop. They're not gonna open up movie theaters. That's the antithesis of social distancing. Like that's
Exactly.
completely the opposite. Like what you gonna do? How you gonna social distance while you in a movie theater? You gotta
Right.
stand in line somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
ridiculous,
Gotta sit
dude.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's way too many contingencies to even try to open up that. Or man, they opened up the mall and I was like, it's packed. Like there hasn't been a
Yeah,
day where
majorly
Walmart
packed.
wasn't freaking packed.
Exactly.
Any
Because they
Walmart.
still,
And I'm like, why?
I
Take
mean,
your
like,
butt home.
exactly, because they still got stuff that we need in terms of like in terms of survival and snacks and all that stuff. And you know me, I just been going to Jules because there's a Jules right around the corner from my apartment. And I'm like,
Mhm.
no, man, I'm getting whatever I need and I'm ghost.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Well,
Yes,
hey
sir.
man, let me get to some of these comments, and I think I got another cat trying to drop in.
No
It was
problem,
good
man.
chopping it up with you, my man. Thank you for
As
dropping and
always.
watching it.
Thank you.
Take it easy. Yes, indeed. Got my man
Oh shit!
Low End Lobster. What's going on, bro?
How we doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm just trying to run through some of these comments. And yeah, reverb 5 string. Hold on. Where'd it go? Under $300 JB35JJ. You got this bass?
No,
Court
I never owned a Court
35.
actually. I probably own something
Really?
made by Court, but I've never actually owned the Court brand. Court makes so
Hmm.
many things. They make Lakeland Skyline, so that's probably a Court. But
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Oh, and thank you for giving me the bass into the interface thing.
no
That's
problem.
really cool. Appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't know if it was actually work, and then I played it on the playback, and it was clear. I was like, "Yo, all right, this will be a thing. That's cool. Don't have to be all airy and stupid. I can dig it."
That's good.
All right,
Man. That's good.
Roseburg, what's going on, Kelvin? Yeah, man. Give me some funk music while I look through these.
Yeah, I'm done.
Dope. Yeah.
I've just been messing around with this Tallman, man. I posted
Oh
my video
yeah,
of it
man.
today. This thing is like
Yeah,
a
it's
tone monster.
yeah, it is. Which one? What's the model of yours?
This is the 505, so this is the lowest
Oh, the
end
one with the
model that comes
switch.
with the. Yeah, it has the switch and the Nordstrand pickups. Now,
Mm.
these aren't actually Nordstrand. These are CND, Kerry Nordstrand design. So they're actually made by Ibanez in overseas in their factories, and Nordstrand like approves them and whatever. But they sound great, honestly. Like I have no problems with them.
Does it say a little tag on it? Anything? Does it say CND or North or anything?
So it's like an N with a circle, and like the two sides of the circle could be like a C and a D. So kind of tricky.
See what they did there. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
How you doing?
hold on. So dig this. I'm gonna put this on the screen. There was a guy.
Okay.
Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yeah.
There was a guy that was on here, and I thought he was you because the very first, you know how it says the name,
Yeah.
it said low end, but his last name was Ranger. Low end Ranger. I was like,
yeah, that red base.
yeah, and I was like, oh man, low end's here. I can't really see the face because it's blacked out till I add you to the screen, and I was like, click low end. What's going on, man? Oh, you not the dude I thought you were gonna be. He's cool though. He had a 80s Yamaha. I forget it had the letters on it. Doggone it. It was interesting though. Like it had a really funky headstock, and then they were like precision tuners at the base by the bridge. The bridge was all intricate. He had push-pull pot to like split the coils. It was interesting. Like I was like, okay.
That is
I don't really dabble in four strings very often, but you know, that's all right. He said he got it for 300 because nobody wanted it. I was like, cool.
Even the rejects need a home.
You know what I'm saying? And what I found out was it actually sounded good. So it really isn't a reject. Like I was like, oh.
I love stories like that, where like a bass that someone's just like neglected or failed to sell or something and just been sitting around, and then someone buys it and adopts it and takes good care of it, restores that stuff, or I don't know, just fixes it up, makes it play nice. That warms my heart.
Yeah, man. Yeah, taking something like I have friends that have ridiculous luck. So much so that they go to garage sales and they pick up basses that are 60s basses, 70s basses from you know who shall not be named at this present moment for $15. So let me get this straight. You went and picked up two 70s jazz basses. I'll say the name. Two Fender 70s jazz basses. Legitness. No overseas USA. $15 each. Let me pay you $80 for one. And he was like, no. I was like, but you want me to fix it though? He's like, yes, I need you to fix it, then give it back to me. I'm not gonna fix it then. So you're not gonna play this bass?
Now, supposedly the 70s Fenders, though, are trouble. There's certain, I don't know, I'm not a Fender historian, but I hear that certain areas of the 70s, they were not great quality wise. I mean, people dig them for the blocks and whatnot, but I hear that 60s were the sweet spot, and then certain years in the 70s. Again, I don't I don't know the specifics, but
all I know is I did the work on this guitar, like cleaned all the DNA out of it, chromed it up, like polished everything, got the rust and all that crap out of it, and then put in like I got just it was a it was a like a control section that just like a generic control section, and I put in an orange drop capacitor in it, brand new strings, and I was
nice.
like I plugged it in, fretted it. I was like, the edges were nice. It was like the neck was like the back of the neck was kind of weathered or whatever from time. So I just took some sandpaper to that, smooth that out. That's fine. So that got nice and good again. Threw me some sealing and some lacquer to kind of seal it in, and then yeah, man, it was perfectly relic. Like the body itself would have been worn. Like this person was playing, and then he just stopped. Like he had. Okay, so you know where the jazz pickup, right? So
Yeah.
you know where the neck pickup actually is located. This dude had wore a groove above into the pick guard. I was like, yo, this dude was playing. Like he wasn't playing like
Not tippity tap.
oh no, he was getting deep off
Feather
in there.
duster.
Yeah, it was he had a groove there, and then like he had a groove where I guess he was playing like it was a palm groove in there where he was like muting or whatever.
Mhm.
So it was just paint was just not there in that one spot where he would like do the thumb thing. And I was like, bro, this dude was getting it in. Who is this dude? I'll try to get some information on the cat. He's got to be good.
It's funny. Certain bases are like just beat to shit, and you just know that because like someone just didn't take good care of it. But then certain ones, you see that and you're like, that was earned, man.
Yeah.
That was
So
earned.
like the
That's a
chinks,
story.
the chinks around the bottom of the base, like
Can you
that's
say that on the
hanging off
internet?
you. Huh?
Can you say that on the internet?
What? Chinks? Oh. The chips. I didn't the chips on the bottom. Dang it, man. Now you made me conscious of stuff. Now, okay. The chips, the dings. Yeah, that's not anything. The dings around the bottom of the base from where you just dropped it. No. But if the arm is rubbed out, if there's like a thumb placement marking, if there's hand placement markings, yeah, you was getting down. And or if the bottom of your frets are just like paper smooth, yeah, that's from you traveling. That's your fingers have rubbed this metal down to oh man. So check this out. One of my subscribers, real cool dude. I think he what's going on, Juan? I'm gonna get down there in just a second. How you doing? Oh, there you go. It was a 3/4 Yamaha Motion. Yeah, it was different. It was cool though. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about either. I gotta pay more attention to the comments.
Craigslist.
Man. Yeah, we probably can't get one from Craigslist. Dig this.
Thanks, my man.
Yeah. He if you haven't subscribed to Low End Lobster, check this dude out, man. He has an interesting take on reviewing videos. He has I'm just gonna say that. His technique and my technique are parallel streets. We're just a few streets over. And he's way better than me at playing bass too. So y'all check him out. He's actually real good. I'm all right. I'm cool. Yeah,
You could be blush.
Ah, shut up. Let's see. they onto you. Low hanging fruit. Good times. Good times.
But that last comment, if you go all the way down, Ruben was asking if any of us have ever had a ukulele bass. You ever have a ukulele bass?
I thought about getting it, like to use as like a travel joint, like the what are they called? Kala or Kalu?
Kala U-bass.
Yeah, I thought about picking up one of those. Rondo actually sells those. RondoMusic.com. I thought about picking one up just to have for, like, you know what I'm saying, travel, you know, something, a bass I can bring with me, record something, play something, you know, why not? Just never got around to it. I don't know.
I had one that I actually just sold. It was the Kala U-bass Journeyman. It has the two little F holes versus the regular like hole in the center. And the stock strings, I always got a weird buzz on the G string. So I purchased these, I forget the brand. It begins with an A, but they're the red rubber strings. They're like $40. And they were okay, but they didn't sit in the nut properly. And I didn't really want to start modifying the nut. It played okay, but I wasn't super into it. And it was kind of a novelty.
Which is kind of why I don't have one.
Yeah.
That for that one reason. I'm like, what if I get it and I don't use it for anything? Like, it's just there. And then it ends up being my little boy's bass.
Some people are super into that micro bass thing, though. Like the US made Kala solid bodies are like $1,200, $1,300 plus dollars. They're like,
Really?
yeah, and they're all like exotic woods and everything. They'll do
For
like
what?
5-string fretlesses.
For what?
Some people are into that, I guess. There's also there's another brand that does the single cut. Is the
I can't knock it until I try it. But I'm like, I don't even know if I want to try it. I shouldn't be like, no, before I even play the doggone thing. So I'll reserve my judgment until I play one. Will I buy one?
Are weird.
Yeah, aren't they like rubber bands type feel? Like you can't slide on them, right? Because it's rubber, right?
Yeah, not really.
Unless you have like a glove, like hit the Scott Divine real quick, or Michael Jackson, depending on how you're looking at it. Whatever.
Oh no.
Tee. Man, let's see. I think those strings are proprietary. That's why I never jumped on them. Okay.
They had a few. There's a lot of different brands that make the uke strings. They're not proprietary. I think they're all around the same scale. The different manufacturers. Kala definitely makes their own strings, though, for what I know. Maybe I don't know.
It sounds
I
right.
I sold that thing last week because I'm like, this is just taking up space.
Not
Little
much space.
space.
I was about to say you beat me to not much space, but space, and you know, how much you sell it for?
$250.
Did you make anything off it?
Yeah, I think so. Because normally they're $300, and then I got on one of those deals that was like 15 or 20% off, and it was like $220. So I made like $30.
All right. I mean, you know,
pizza.
Even or on top is always good.
Yep.
That may be a questionable statement. I shouldn't. Break. Let's see. This popped up. I don't know if this is a thing.
Oh, Birdsong. Yeah. Have you ever heard of Birdsong basses? They're these really interesting boutique basses that they're about the 32-inch scale, generally 30 or 32-inch scale. They have a few different models, but they're pretty interesting. I've never played one personally. There's one on my watch list on Reverb, but I don't know. My beer. Oh, it's still there.
Interesting. All right, shut up. You seen it? I'm not gonna put it up here, but you seen it. That's funny. Yeah. No, I don't want that. I don't want that smoke. I don't want that smoke. Oh man, whatever, dude. get this off the screen so you can leave me alone.
Your screen ain't big enough for the both of us.
I mean, listen, man, you can freaking have it, brother. You can have it. Just take it. It's fine. Just take it. Well, that's been enough of me. And y'all have low end over there. I'll just be in the background here. That's cool.
You guys, welcome to Bass Talk. I'm your host, Thakidd. As you can see, I haven't been outside in a long time.
Huh? Say it again.
As you can see, I haven't been outside in a long time.
Yeah. Hey, man, look. What you got to look good for? You got to look good for. Oh, man, I can't. No, I'm not going to. How do you even do that? The banjo thing from like Zombieland? That was crazy.
Deliverance.
That's funny. That's like quality. You just had it dialed in.
Well, one of those things that I randomly learned long ago for this very moment.
Let's see. Oh man, how do you get on live with you, Bullet? I have the this is the
how
man,
do you get on love?
The myth, the lesson. I don't know about love, but hopefully you said live. The link to it is in the description, so just click the link and it'll send you to the platform and you can join in if that's what you want to try to do.
Max Proud already has the love.
That, right? Yes, he's a dude, man. Oh man. I realized it's fun. Oh man.
No, fuck.
Oh no, I give up, bro. I give up. Oh no, you're not gonna get me with that one. Oh man. Oh, too much. I'm not worthy. Oh man, listen. I'm sweating. Like you did that to me. I was like, did it. No, I can't. What am I gonna do with that? I can't do anything with that. I can go with that. I can go with that. That's pretty much it. Oh man, it has been forever since I had to play the Imperial March anyway. So I'd have messed that junk up quick.
So Jerome here is asking for a bass face-off, but I'm not sure if he's asking for a bass face-off or a bass face off.
He's like, yeah, man. The whole situation is funny. And I don't know why all bass players make a face. Like, I don't know why. But hold the phone.
This is the way.
Let's get my boy. Let's get my boy Max in here.
What's up, man?
Oh, man. Oh, dog.
What's going on?
Man, let me put down my bass. Hell,
How you doing,
let me tell you
Lobster?
something.
Good vid.
How you doing, Lobster? I'm just fine.
I am lightweight geeking out. Yeah, you put the bass down when Proud is in here. Now, okay.
How you doing, guys?
Man, my day has been made.
Man, you're giving too much praise, man. I'm just a human being.
Yeah, I get it. But there's no way, sense, or form that I would ever be on this chopping it up with you, much less you follow me. That was never even a thing. So,
well, I approached you first. Remember, I wanted you to do my, my thing. With bass players saying what they were about and whatnot. Yeah, and you did a good one. It was real nice.
I appreciate it. But even that didn't register for me. So he's like, yeah, can you do this? Shoot, yes, absolutely. In my car right now. Cool.
I'm very impressed by your playing, man. You play great.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Likewise. I always wanted to ask you this.
Sure.
How did you get into YouTube, and how did it all start, and how long have you been doing it?
It's been a few years too. I started out of basically boredom. I can't play in bands like I used to because I work several hours at the plant making a living. And, your musical outlet, you wanted to go somewhere. So I thought about, a YouTube channel, right? Back then, you came on for free and you just did your thing. And at first I was like interviewing people, bass players, all kinds of musicians and stuff like that. Then one day I had bought a new bass, it was new Fender bass. And I just said, let me show everybody this Fender bass. I just said, hey man, this is review time. I'm going to show you this Fender bass and go through it and see what you think about it. And I put that video on, and I got so many hits. So many, because it was a brand new Fender that came out at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, this might be something here. So I started going out to my local guitar center. I asked the people, would you mind if I put around and make a couple of tapes, with different basses that come in? They said they didn't mind because they felt like it would kind of promote business. So I said, okay. And I went and did that, and the Max Proud channel was born.
Yeah, man. So you're I'm gonna call it a gonzo style of shooting, which is basically you set the phone on an amp and you just go for it.
Just go for it. No special. A lot of people complain that I ain't invested in some kind of very expensive equipment. I said, come on, man, they don't take all that. So I just go ahead.
I have this.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I have this. I can't justify paying $2,000, $3,000 for one bass when I can get like 10 for that price.
Yeah, and I've done just fine with this little phone, and the phone seemed to get better over time. So
quality is amazing.
Do a lot with it. Now, when did you see me?
Oh man, okay, so dig it. I was checking out your channel back when you were like cycling SX basses. So before you started getting into the DJs, when you was just doing the jazz basses for it. So I was looking at the I was watching Rumbling Man, and he was doing SX bass reviews. And then I was checking you out, and I was like, man, the sounds they getting, how much does this cost? I checked out Rondo. It was like $129 at the time. I was like, there's no way this bass costs $129. And then at the end of your video, he was like, I bought this bass, from Rondo Music, paid this much for it. I was like, purchase. And that bass is actually right here.
The actual bass.
The bass I bought from Rondo. I bought two of them. I bought this one, and then I bought this 6-string.
Wow.
Off that review. And then you told me about Ardare. So I started rocking with them. Ardare preamps. So I was like, yeah. So I have
that's the way to go, man. Because people was always thinking that the best means the highest price, which was absolutely crazy. So I tried to. At first, that was what my channel was about, trying to point people to good basses, solid basses that weren't that expensive. And that sex, was pretty good at the time.
I mean, it's still good now, but
some of the stuff. Well, I don't know. When they first came out, there was a really old style bass that they were really putting out that was really close to, hate to say it, Fender, but I think they left that and went to some other company and started making basses.
Yeah, they changed the headstock at least twice.
Yeah,
I have
those over that nice headstock that was nice.
Yeah, so I have three. I have four SX basses here now. So there's the paddle. So there's like the paddle headstock, which is like looks like a boat oar or whatever. Come on over here, girl.
Right.
It looks like this.
Yeah, that one. That was kind of. I was a little disappointed in that one. I might like that one better. I just thought the first one that came out, I thought it was very, vintage and very chic. I thought it was nice.
Yeah, but I mean, copyright. And then they went to this. Where are you at? Come here, you. They went to this shark fin type thing, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about it, but the bass plays good, so come here, girl. The bass plays good, so they got this headstock on it.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm like,
I haven't invested in one of those yet.
It plays good though. So this is my sham.
What about you, Loanne? You got any SSs? You got any SSs?
I actually don't own any right now, but I had one about 15 years ago in high school marching band, and I just pulled up a picture. So
marching band. How did that work? How did that work?
Let me tell you, this was interesting. So they had constructed this big cart with this big like 2x15 PV cab and a bass head that would go on the back of the cart. They had this little platform, and then they had this like car battery type thing with plugs on the side. So you charge it up and you roll it out onto the field and you play for 15, 20 minutes or whatever, and then you
with the rest of the band, the marching band.
Yeah.
Well, that was innovative.
And evidently it was a monster because he said he only turned it up to 2. And he was kicking people's butts.
I
was rocking
divine intervention. Must have been that.
It was a Stewart World 1000 power amp, a 1000 watt power amp. I was not the smartest high school kid where I'm like, bigger is better. So I just get this 1000 watt power amp. I had a Sans amp RBI. This is all rack mounted in this 8-space case, a power conditioner.
And how did people say it sounded from the field?
Loud.
And how does people in the audience say it sounded from the field? Loud?
I mean,
no, they said it sounded good.
Okay, all right. Okay. Maybe that's the wave of the future.
I've never heard of a bass being carted on the field for.
I never heard it either.
So I'm trying to share my screen. Can you?
Let's see what's going on here.
That's me with my SX bass in high school.
Wow.
Is it there? I can't see it.
Yeah, wow. I see it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so wow. I know you better keep that one, man. Wow.
I love it.
Well, let me tell you, that bass took a beating, but man, it took it in grace.
Yeah, it looks good too.
Hey.
It looks good.
I like that. I love
that bass. I sold it because I was a cheap high schooler who was just looking to like buy and sell basses. And,
hey man, we all go through that at some point. So it is that's fairly funny.
Will you pick up bass in high school?
I actually started playing in probably 7th grade, 8th grade.
Oh, okay.
7th or 8th grade. Yeah, I was drums heavy until then. Like I was carrying sticks to school and yeah. I don't know why. I don't know. I just had them in my backpack.
Let me see. What grade was 15? I started at 15.
At 9th.
9th. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right around. So
yeah. Actually, my best friend at the time was a drummer, and I was jealous of him. And I wanted to play drums, and I come home, you tell your mom, "Hey, mom, I want to play drums." She said, "Right, no, you're not bringing them drums in the house." So my uncle comes over and brings me this bass because he wanted to play guitar. And it was a package deal. He bought it from a friend, but he had to buy like both a bass and guitar together. So I said, okay. And I said, free bass? Sure. And it was actually better for me because now I could play with my friend with a different instrument. It's not, I wasn't trying to bug him for the drums. So that's how I got into it. What's your story, Loanne?
Oh, man. So it's funny. So in 8th grade, I was watching some TV. It was some music awards, and I see this guy with a real big guitar, and I'm like, that looks pretty cool. And my dad had been playing guitar for like 40 something years at the time. And I say, hey, what's that? He's like, oh, that's a bass. I'm like, hey, I want to learn how to play that. He's like, well, we'll see how your grades are. So as a guitar player, I say, hey, I want to play. Hey, I want to play guitar. Let's go to Guitar Center. Yeah, so I played guitar for like 6 months, and I wasn't really getting into it. And high school had started, and I was pretty integrated or jiving with the band program. So I asked the band teacher, "There's a musical coming up." I'm like, "Hey, I want to play bass for the musical. I don't actually have a bass." So I used the school bass. It was a crappy Ibanez side story. They actually had an original early 70s, late 60s Rickenbacker 4001 that they still have, that they bought new. That was the school bass.
Yeah, I would have opted for that. I would have went Paul McCartney on that one if I had the opportunity.
That thing was nice, but I had no idea it existed. Anyways, so
my God,
I picked up the bass, and then my dad saw that I was playing in this musical thing, and he bought me my first bass, this Samick precision bass. It was a piece of crap, but it was my first bass. I mean, I kind of wish I didn't sell it, but at the same time, like, it would have been collecting dust.
Nobody knows what happens to the first base.
Nope. And then
I do. I had to go back and get mine. I went back and got mine. So I had a bass and I bought. Okay, so the bass that I have, my end all beat all. If I don't have any more basses in my life, I just want one. I want the first bass that I had. It's a P bass. It's an Ibanez Road Star 2. No frills. Beat to heck because I did not take care of it, but it sounds great. So the story is I left the bass at my home church, which is in Houston, whenever I moved to Louisiana to go to school. Like, this is the only bass I had. I bought I think I bought like a Ibanez BTB 670 something. It was a 5-string. It was nice. Like, it was nice. I liked it. So I had that bass and I moved to Louisiana. I left that bass there for my uncle, who was the pastor, to practice, right? Cool. Of course, he's not practicing. Of course, it's collecting dust. So I then graduate from college. So this whole spread of time, this is about 12 years. Has not left the case one time. It has not left the case one time in 12 years. So what I had to do was I was like, hey, let me get my first bass back. And he was like, okay, but only if you buy me a replacement bass. I was like, number one, that's my bass. Give me my bass back. Number two, if you want a replacement bass, cool. I'll buy you one. SX. Take it.
Good choice.
Let me get my bass back. So we swapped. I gave him the bass. It was brand new, shiny. Still had the plastic and stuff on it. Gave him a case, gave him a cord, tuner, pick. Because I that was a slight, but he didn't understand it at the time. Hopefully he's watching this, so I dissed him. Gave him a pick, slid it all in there, good to go. He still has it to this day. And I don't think he plays it. Like, that's fine. So I'll come back and get that one day too.
Right.
I bought it for me to steal later. Yeah.
These stores are great.
Yeah. So I got my bass back and I immediately had to do some TLC to it. Like, immediately. Because it's old.
Well, it was like Dracula. It's been in that gate for, you said 12 years?
Yeah. It was just in a wooden case, just in there. And they were, man, I opened that case and, like, I'm not lying, dust came out. Like, you could see stuff from the
Rising from the dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, what the hell? Okay, cool. All right. Raised it up out of there, dust on the back of it. How is there dust in this case? It was closed. And then so I had to, like, gut the electronics, put a whole new P-bass electronic situation in it. And then I put in Seymour Duncan's thinking, if I'm going to swap one, I'm going to swap the other. Might as well while I got it popped, right? I put the Seymour Duncan's in there. It didn't sound good.
Yeah.
So I took the Seymour Duncans back out and then put the original pickups back in. Whew. I was like, why?
That's interesting. You think, I mean, you look at the bass itself, I mean, the wood, the neck and everything, you think of it as a shell. And you think of it, I should be able to put what I want to into it as far as electronics, and it should sound great. That doesn't always happen. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the wood in the bass or the acoustics, but it doesn't always happen. I thought, I'd get one and I'd put some massa, good, nice Delano pickups in there, great bridge and everything, and it still didn't sound like I wanted to. And that happened with this chord I have over here. The chord has a jazz neck pickup and a bass, what's called bottom humbucking pickup. Because no matter what I put into that thing, it won't work.
Okay. I'm gonna need to see this. Don't just tell me about it, baby.
We're out here. Bring that on out.
Ooh, I like that pickup.
Ooh,
yeah. Right. Friend of mine did all that. But he put it in down the bottom. This used to be a humbucker, but he put that one down there, and it's still not sounding the way I wanted it to sound. I wanted to. I'm still experimenting to see if I can get it. And I'm not the only one that says the chord is like that. They said something about the chords. I don't know. That's a roasted neck. The neck is
Have
beautiful.
Have you swapped out anything in your Skyline, Lo?
You mean my 5-string Skyline?
Yeah. Have you done any modifications? Have you seen this?
My Skyline, yeah. The only one I have now is that Jerry Chef that I just got. And
that's Lakeland?
That was the keeper. Yeah, Lakeland Skyline, Jerry Chef from 05.
Dude, Max, how many basses do you own?
Workable right now, about 20.
Okay, so I'm around you. Lo, how many do you have, dude? Matter of fact, let's just I'm a solo you. Just look at this. Look at this foolishness. Hold on. Look at this Guitar Center. Look at this. Look. Oh.
Wow.
Dude. He has a Rick on the wall, man. He has so many basses. He has copies of the same bass.
They're different, okay? They're different.
No, they're not. They're 3 generations of the same goddamn thing.
They're all special snowflakes.
But wait, Bully, you look like you got a nice little family back there too now.
Me? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right.
Yeah.
Shut up. Don't do me like that. Yeah, I'm all right. And I got like 2-3 off screen somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. Now, I do have to tell you about, have you ever tried Alan Eden?
Yes, I have.
What do you think about it?
Not bad. I think for what it does, I don't know, maybe a little pricey. Even though it's about around 5, or maybe a little more. The V3 Sire beats it. I think so.
Okay. Well,
they're preamp alone.
I got mine. I got this one off of Reverb, and I paid right at $400 for it, and it's brand new, and it came with a hard shell case. So I was like, I just got this bass for $300.
Wow,
that worked.
Oh yeah. I didn't consider that. That is cool. Yeah, that shell case is nice. Nice to get one. It's like a spare tire in your full spare tire in your car. You don't get that much.
Yeah, you don't, and you appreciate it when you do see it.
I'll give you that.
I like to drive more than 50 miles an hour on the highway. Thank you.
You think that's why Sire didn't go full case? Because they got those little padded cases. They're nice.
They cool. I got like 4 or 5 now. But yeah, right. They cool. I mean, they'll take you from gig to gig, but you can't ship that, or you can't put that on an airplane. That's a carry-on item.
Right.
You can't.
I guess that's the way to keep costs down. I don't know.
Yeah, now that I'm talking about it, you really can't. You can't. I wouldn't ship a hard shell case because these people out here are just horrible. I
see you fell in love with that M3.
Yes. It is my go-to. That's my light. That's my church bass. It gives me what I want. It's light. I can hold it.
Lightweight.
Hold on to it for all the hours I have to stand up there and play.
Yes.
I want to check out those M5s that just came out because they had the M3 and the M7, but they just dropped the M5. Which
it's gonna be a while because of the pandemic, but yeah, they should be all right. Yeah.
The heck is the 6-string? Is that what you're talking about?
No, they have it's just the middle of the range. They have a 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
Natural.
They have the M2, they have the M7, and now they're coming out with an M5. It's gonna sit like right in between them.
I used to have a M5, the car that I sold. Was it around this time last year? It was a classic.
Now they're coming out. We're supposed to be coming out with a 6-string M7 that's maple.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah, I seen. That's what I thought you were talking about. I'm over here looking at this M5 right now.
By the way, big shout out to Eric Ramsdale in the chat, my man. He's my best friend.
Oh, how you doing? So while he's doing that, Lobster, let me ask you something. I've always thought 4-string basses sounded just a little bit more funkier than the 5 strings. I mean, the way they sound. You notice that a lot of the big players, I mean, everybody, I mean, they go for 4. They barely play that 5. Marcus, Stanley.
They're different. I can't put myself in the shoes of, hey, I exclusively play 5s. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, if I'm finger plucking, I like 5s better. But if I'm slapping, I almost prefer the 4 because I have to be less conscious of muting that B string, which can kind of get a little out of hand if I'm really going ham.
You disagree, Bully? Go ahead. Speak your truth. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
Man. I have listen, man. I don't know if you can identify with this, but I got these catcher mitts here, and I need area to get down. Space. So I can't 6-string. It's a little bit too much area. So to me, for people with normal hands like Lobster, well, I guess I can say you have normal hands, Lobster. For relatively normal hands, you can say the 4 would fit better, but I'm 6'4", 300, and I got what the hell?
But you learned on a 4. Like that. I got a lot. But you learned on a 4, right?
Yes, I did, but I wasn't in the funk movement at that time until I moved and got the active bass, the bass I bought, and then moved away. That's when the Bootsy Collins Parliament stuff popped off, and I was like, yeah, let's get with this thumb action. That's okay. So I then took all that back to 4 strings and I use it. But like if I'm grabbing a bass to do funk, or if I'm funking, I tend towards a 5. But then it also could be just because of the basses and what they offer. And I bought 5 strings. So for me to reevaluate this, I'd have to buy a V3 4-string in a M2 4-string, and then then I can have a funk off, Yeah. So
a lot of old school stuff I play. Fortunately I can get away with it usually with the 4-string, but every once in a while something sneaks in there where I got to get the 5. And because that the 3 4-strings I have, I put the extender on it, the bass extender key on it, and they're all on them just in case.
Okay, so you said in one of your videos, the gigs you play, and now you have to play 5, but you do love 4. You said that. Much. So I think it was like the church engagement you was having at the time.
Yeah, at the time. I haven't done that since, but and I also said that I don't know if y'all caught this question I made one time. What do you think, Low End? I think sometimes, and I hope I don't get jumped on for this, but the church bass players may go a little overboard. They don't let the choir sing the melody. They're soloing all through the thing. That's a bit much, or maybe I'm out of style. I don't know.
I don't really know.
I'm guilty.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm guilty.
Oh, you're guilty.
I'm guilty.
I'm talking to the man here. Okay.
All I know is that my bass, then the sound of my bass is probably the most important sound on the planet, and anything else getting in the way of that is
But I mean, you know, we still have that job, that number one job, holding up the band, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, you could there's a time to solo, and there's a time to let the you know let the lady sing.
You know when that time is?
When?
Before service start and then after service start. I mean,
Okay.
there's this BS time when the pastor's preaching, but we don't really talk about that. I'm being serious now. I was, before I moved to the church that I currently play at, I was the overplaying bass player, just running licks, just running as many licks as I possibly can, getting real nasty, trying to get a reaction, take over the service. That was what I was doing. So I do understand that, and it's detrimental, and you have to basically be pulled out of that element to know what you're doing wrong. Because nobody can tell me nothing.
Think of my man. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay, because they got my man, and I'm not criticizing. I'm not putting anything against him. He's a great player. My man out of Chicago. There's like a YouTube video on him that they play all the time. You know what I'm talking about. He's doing his church gig, and I don't want to say his name, but he's playing, man. And
is he playing a red? Is he playing a red Fender bass?
I think it is. And it's like he's getting catcalled through the whole video, but not the choir. You know, everyone, oh man, you better play, yeah. Even the preacher, after they're done playing, he comes over. You know who that is? That's so and so and so and so. And I'm so like, he's not supposed to get all the shine. But
hey man, you
like
know,
I said, I'm old fashioned. I don't know.
Once you make it to a certain point, the fact that you actually gracing the presence of the place is a thing. It's what I've been told. It's what I've been told. It's kind of like if Marcus Miller or Victor Wooten walk into a church and then they have a bass and they want to play. You kind of have, if you know anything about them, you kind of have some type of expectation of what's about to happen in that service.
But I think Marcus would lay back in certain times. I think Marcus would let he lets the guitar player play. He lets the trumpet player play. He lets them play until it's time for Marcus. Then Marcus just digs in, and he's the showman. You know,
how do you think he got that way?
He gives you what you paid for. I understand that.
Hold on, go back. Say it again.
I said, how do you think he got that way? Miles Davis beat that into him.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably. I mean, I can understand that. Yeah, but like what I want to know is if I could ask him, like I'm talking to you, if I could talk to him, I would ask him, how did you get your sound? Like, how did you determine this is me? Kind of like Jocko, like, why did you just go to the back pickup and do all your stuff? Like, why? Or like, Larry Graham, who I'm not sure if he created slap, but he's one of the pioneers of it. Why? Why is that a thing? And Victor Wooten, why do you have to play with all your fingers? Who does that? That's what I want to know.
Larry, have you heard the story of Larry Graham? He said that his mother on organ, and they had a drummer, and they were doing that for a good while as a threesome, and the drummer started acting up. They had to get rid of him. And he said to keep the rhythm, when he would play the bass, he would thump to make because there was this clicky sound that he would make when he would hit the strings like that. So that took over the drummer's place. Okay. And that's why he did that. He kept the rhythm and the bass part by doing that. That's where he got that from. That's what he says he got that from. Now, the other brothers, I don't know. I don't know why Clark, I mean, he was the riffer. I mean, you know. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it just had naturally strong fingers. Because he riffs that fast on acoustic bass, and I'll be like looking at him going like,
how?
Also 8 feet tall. Wow. It makes the upright look like a scale.
You know.
Here, let me pick up this upright.
Woo! Wish my fingers were that strong. I'm surprised he doesn't play the strings off the bass. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Marcus, I don't know what his story is.
Yeah. I like to know that. How did he determine that sound was his? Like, how did he get to that level? And more importantly, how did he get with Fender to get his own bass? Because that was the platform for him to get with Sire and start his whole bass partnership company type situation.
Well, you see, his bass didn't look like other Fenders. I think he went to Sadowski. And Sadowski, his bass, I guess, was one of the first basses where they tried to experiment with an onboard preamp.
Yep.
Next to Lewis Johnson and Leo Fender. They had the same kind of,
I think wasn't Music Man a thing at that time whenever he was doing that?
They probably were first, and then the cohesiveness of Sadowski and Marcus got together.
Okay.
I just know that his Fender where you got that extra black pick guard is coming out. That was to cover all the electronics that Sadowski had put in years and years ago.
Okay. Now it's just a staple.
Yep.
You know that bass.
Now
it's
just
about
right.
It's about as known as a Rick. You see a Rick, you know what you're about to hear, pretty much. Like,
I'd love to pick up one of those Marcus ones, man.
Let's talk about that Rickenbacker you got.
But the Marcus one that was made by Fender, doesn't. I bought one of those. They don't sound like Marcus actually. I think it's in his hands. I think he knows how to get down with his hands. And
that's a sad truth. That's a sad truth because you can tune it up and you can put the freshest of strings, but at the end of the day, all the tone that he's generating is literally coming from what God gave him.
So what you're saying is we have to sneak into his house
and steal his.
Never mind.
Yes.
Well, I'm starting to lose you.
Huh?
I'm starting to lose your voice is kind of.
Oh, sorry.
Coming in and out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Good over here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. This has been great, dude. this whole situation has been awesome. So you can only have 3 basses for the rest of your life. What 3 are you choosing?
Ooh.
Can't upgrade them. Can't swap out electronics. 3 basses for the rest of your life. Fire your 3. Or I'll give you another out. Give me your Mount Rushmore of basses. That's 4 choices.
4. Okay.
I'm trying to help you.
I had it down to 3, but if you want to do 4, okay.
Oh, well, 3 then. You called it. Let's
go. Okay. All right. Well, if you're gonna put those kind of stipulations on me, the basic 3, the jazz, the P bass, and the Stingray, that's pretty much all you need. That's about it. Now for a 4, maybe a fretless, but as far as that's all you need to cover all the pop music, all the rock music in the last 30 or 40 years. That's my opinion.
Of course,
that's a very
got those 3
approach.
Yeah, he was very political with that answer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. when you put those locks on me like that, if you couldn't do it any other way, well, that's what it got to be.
He just gave me
those are the necessary
basics. He just gave me generalities. All you really need is jazz, P, Stingray, fretless. You know what I'm saying? You just cover all the bases.
That's it. That's it.
Dang it. Play the game right, low end. 3 bases.
Okay. 3 bases. One of my Ibanez EHBs, I'm thinking the 1505, because that's just a very well-rounded, versatile, clear instrument that can accommodate a wide range of styles. Has 24 frets, 5 strings, the 35-inch scale B string, real nice and crisp. So that's one.
Oh, that's the multi-scale joint you did the review on.
Yeah. That's the newer, the 1505, the one with the poplar top.
Mm-hmm.
That
Have you seen this video, Max?
That one? No.
Check his channel. Quick scroll through. He's nice on the bass. Don't let the nice nerdy frame fool you.
Come on.
Listen. I didn't know he was that.
I mean, you see, he's on the glasses tip. Okay, now you got Francisco Malaman. You got who was that other guy? From Canada. You got him. Man, hey, man, what can I say?
Yeah. Okay,
it's Clark
so you got
man, alias Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Right? You know what I'm saying? That's funny. All right. So, number
Second
2.
base. Where am I?
Why would you do that? That's not even right.
Wally.
It's
my Wally.
I don't like
over
you.
there.
I
just
don't
love
like
that.
you.
You guys are freezing up on me. You both froze up on me.
I don't have it yet. It's coming tomorrow. It's my FGN Geddy Lee.
You actually getting it?
It's coming tomorrow.
Oh man,
so excited for it.
Okay, Max. I gotta pause you here. There's a company. Actually, you tell them because you tell it better because you've looked it up.
Max, have you ever heard of Fujigen?
Fuji, say again?
Fujigen. So
Afraid not.
They're a Japanese guitar manufacturer that's been around for like 60 plus years. We lost him.
Oh, he's gone.
He'll be back.
Maybe his phone died. Oh man. Dang it. Tell the people about Fujigen though.
Okay. I'll tell the people. The people deserve to know.
People need to know. Oh, Max back in. Here we go.
He's back.
Yeah, some kicked me out.
All right. I don't know. It wasn't me.
Okay, so Fujigen, they used to make the Japanese Fenders. They make the Ibanez Prestige guitars that are and basses that are made in Japan, and most other made in Japan higher end basses that are besides like Bacchus and all those other ones. Fujigen is an OEM basically, but they started making their own stuff. These are all hand built, basically jazz and precision basses, and they do some weirder ones. Like I have one, this blue jazz bass thing right here. That's one of theirs, but completely hand built. Really, really nice and priced really well. So I kind of kicked myself for not getting one of the Geddy Lee jazz basses like 15 years ago, one of the Japanese ones. And now they're super expensive for the Mexican ones. Like it's $924 new for a Mexican Geddy Lee. I'm like, oh, no. Fujigen actually had a limited edition. They made 6 of them. And I got one brand new for $850 shipped from Japan. Handmade.
Okay.
It's going to be nice. I'm stoked.
I'm jelly. Oh, snap. This night is just ridiculous. Let's drop in the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, man, let's go.
Oh, bro. I finally get to talk to this brother. Brother, man, how you doing?
Chilling, dog. How are you doing?
Man, it's so good to meet you in person.
Good to meet you in person, Max Proud. How you doing, man?
I'm doing just great, man. I'm doing better now that you're here.
I can't, I was telling Alan one night, you're like a father to us all.
Oh man, stop.
Like, you kind of influenced us all to get on the YouTube.
Well, I certainly appreciate it, man. Those feelings.
Yeah, man. And you,
I think now I'm sure I've known you longer than Bully. We go back a little ways. Yeah,
we do, and we're Facebook friends, I believe.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And well, honestly, I got an SX bass in like 2013 or something, and I didn't even know about SX basses. And then I watched your video and bought one. Okay. And so then I think Alan saw your reviews and my reviews of SX basses, and the party began. But I think I think the days of Rondo selling SX are kind of numbered.
Think so?
I think they're
Yeah.
numbered.
I've been on the site in a while. I've been on the site in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the stock's dying out, and Rondo's not really promoting things the way they used to, and you know they own all their other brands. They don't own SX, so you know
Oh,
it is
well.
what it
Hey,
is, man. They
Hey
can
man,
exist.
man, hey
We will
Rumble,
survive.
Rumble, you dropped in this chat and
try to
everybody like
fuck this
blew
thing
up
here.
like
Can you guys still hear me?
yeah, I still hear you.
Yeah.
You dropped in the
Let's see.
chat.
So I
and then,
hear
like,
Max Proud, but I don't hear Bully. When Bully says something, I don't hear him.
really?
I hear.
And when Low End Lobster says something, I hear him. So I can hear Max Proud and I can hear Bully, or I can hear Max Proud and Low End Lobster, but I cannot hear Alan Brown. I can Bully the Kid.
Bully, what'd you say
I'm
about
not
Rumble?
I'm not muted, so I don't know, man.
Hang on, let me try this. I'm gonna try to unjoin and then join again, see if that does it.
Okay.
Be right back.
All right. That's interesting.
He resets a lot.
Y'all all hear me though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you?
Cool.
Hear you? I hear me.
I don't know. Yeah, I hear you.
You hear everybody now?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know.
All right, mic check, Bully.
Yeah, man, I'm here. I am here.
1, 2.
Oh, Lobster.
Check 1, 2. Check it.
Mic check, Lobster.
Hello, am I muted? Hello. Hello.
Okay.
I hear you. Yeah, we good. I don't know. But yeah, man, like when I tell you, Max, that you were the dude that like springboarded all this, I'm not lying. And we've done several shots out to you on our streams and stuff.
Hello.
So let's try this again. Can you hear me, Rumble?
I still do not hear Alan.
We just got started, Rumble. Come on back.
Here I am.
I hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Alan. I'm serious. I can hear Max Proud and I can hear Low End
Technology.
Lobster, but I can't
I don't
hear
know,
you. So
man.
if you can sign to me, Alan.
Technology not perfect.
Technology sucks. Well, Alan,
Man, what
I
am
guess
I
I'll
at?
have to
We just had him.
weirdest thing in the world.
Looking
man.
forward to it.
This is a meeting of the minds. Hey guys, so here's what I've been thinking about.
Okay, well,
Here's what I've been thinking about.
he'll get back in a minute.
Am I frozen?
There he is. There you go.
You're not frozen. I see you.
Yeah, I'm good. Technology,
Frozen.
man. Nah, go for it. What were you saying? Oh, he can't hear me. Ah.
Okay.
What are you
Bully,
saying?
what did you want to ask? What did you want to ask,
Uh,
Bully?
Dang it, I
I
forgot.
can't hear.
He's trying to ask you a question, Rumbling. I'm trying to transfer. Look at these. Look at everybody. Low end. Okay, now Rumbling Man's gone. What the heck?
I don't know what's going on, man. This is all crazy.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
I pretty much.
Who said that? I don't even know who said that. All right.
Him.
There it goes
No, I
again.
connect-
Yeah.
Can you see me now?
Yeah.
All right. I can hear Low End. I can still hear Low End, and I can still hear Max Proud. I just can't hear Alan Brown.
Oh.
Can't hear Bully. Okay, well, look, Rumbling Man, hold it on
Yeah.
1 second. I'm gonna ask Bully. What he wanted to ask. Bully,
Okay.
what did you want to ask Rumbling Man?
I actually forgot. I don't even know. I forgot what the heck I wanted to ask. I had
Okay. Rumbling Man, he forgot what he wanted to ask you, so you go ahead and take it.
Alan.
Feel like a director or something.
I mean, listen.
Well,
Somebody got to do
okay,
it.
here's my idea, and I know that I'm saying this on live national television, but
Millions watching.
Millions watching. Good to see
22.
you, Low End Lobster. We're just chatting
22
to,
million.
Are there
Oh.
really? Wow, gosh, wow. Yeah, we really made it. So I was thinking, what if there were an annual bass meetup? Now, Max, or Earl, I know that you go to the one in Detroit, but I'm talking more of a annual Eastern United States bass meetup, specifically focusing in on bass YouTubers and people who watch them. All right. So like Alan's in Oklahoma, Earl's in Detroit. We got Low End Lobster in Massachusetts. You know, we got Chris Volpini in, you know, Pennsylvania. We got me in Florida. So, like, what if we, like, all went to Nashville, brought some basses, played them, had some seminars, had some people speak, like an annual bass meetup?
Well, okay, now.
A bass tuber convention. Oh, we lost Max Crack.
Oh, we lost Max,
I
man.
get what you mean. Like we gotta maybe try to reel some other people in and make it about, like, not so much like NAMM where it's about the basses, but more so basses
About
and
the
bass
people.
tubers
And guys uniting and just being like, high five, man.
because Linus on the tech scene, he does LTX because he has like millions of subscribers and he's a Canadian and he hosts a thing every year and brings in the other tech tubers and they have like it's huge.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now, rumbling?
Sermons, you know, like Alan Brown can stand up and preach about something. No, not like church sermons, like bass sermons.
uh-uh.
I still can't hear Alan.
Why? Do you have me muted?
How you doing, Bully the Kid? I don't hear your voice.
Yeah, I guess. Bully says, "Do you have me muted?" I feel like the middleman physically and.
Let's see. Can you mute different guys?
Yes.
Well, yes.
Alan says you can. All right. So there's a button that says audio. Now that muted me. But how would I mute Alan Brown? I could Bully the Kid.
Shoot. Look at my screen, and then look at the bottom right corner of my screen and see if you have that crossed out.
I'm not a great.
Tell him, Low-End. Tell him, Low-End.
Oh, I muted myself. Look at the bottom of the screen. Wait, the bottom left of the screen? I don't know.
Bottom right.
I don't do tech support anymore. Bottom right. What's bottom right?
You guys are on computers, right?
Help computer.
Oh, you know what?
Look for the microphone under my face.
Would it work better if I signed in on my laptop?
Oh my God.
Instead of my phone?
Hello.
Yeah, try that. Yes. And do that.
Yes, try that.
Do
Try
that.
Rumbling Man. I forgot that you can't hear him.
Why can't you hear me? This is my screen.
Brown, I can believe the Kid at all.
You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I don't understand anything. All right.
Listen, I've only been frustrated like this when my kid couldn't learn how to shoot a basketball. This is the only time I've been frustrated to this level. I was
Roman
like,
Man's had these problems before, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure. Guy.
Man, we got a lot of cats on here trying to get in on the stream. This is crazy.
Really? Wow. Maybe that's it. Maybe too many people are trying to get in.
Maybe I got my man Jerome dropping in again. I got my man Vin Rock. Vin Rock just dropped out. I don't know what's going on, man. This is a round robin ring of Rosie. Y'all all hear me though, right?
Yeah, yes. I do.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, we'll see what's going on.
Can you hear me?
He's gonna be doing. Yeah, I hear you. He's I think he's gonna be pulling up his laptop and then doing the link as well. So we'll see. This is wow. So Max, check this out. You probably already seen it though. Hey, see it? Y'all all see it?
Yeah, I think we lost Roman, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. So Juan said he started watching you 2 years ago, and then he found me, and then me. I guess I led him to Rumbling Man, and then Rumbling Man led him to Low End.
That's awesome, Juan. Thank you.
It's dope.
Appreciate it.
Man. This is exactly what I like. This is exactly it for me.
You and
dang, we lost.
And me and you.
Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I hear you both.
Woo!
Great.
I'm on my
now
laptop.
We lost Max.
Anyway, the annual bass meetup. It's such a cool idea. All right, so here's some cool things about it. Like some special guest speakers. Like we reach out to some of the finer bassists in the Nashville area, have them come speak to us, give us little seminars, show us their gear a little bit. You know, we have some YouTubers speak and things like that. We have fellowship, you know, handshaking and hugging once Corona's done. You know, we have everybody play each other basses and stuff, like a 1-day event, maybe a 2-day event. And then afterward, we all go eat some wings.
You sounds like a whole bro thing, man.
Yes, bass bros, the bass bro bash annual, and Nashville would be the perfect place because that's like right in the middle of everyone we know.
Yeah, that would be good. Too. That would be fun.
Nashville. And most of my family lives in Nashville, so I can stay there for free. But and you guys could probably crash with me at my dad's or something. But
hard pass. Got to get a hotel room. So
Max Proud.
Hey,
I can hear everyone now.
I'm back.
So now everybody is viable. We're all heard. It's all good. Great. Now,
yes.
Rumbling. How long have you been following Max?
Oh gosh, well, okay, so I started my channel in early 2013. And so probably that would have been about 8 years I've been following Max Brown.
So for me,
back when we both had hair.
Oh, we sure did. You've gone through a lot of different looks though. You've gone through like clean shaven and beards and like shaved heads and gray hair and dark hair and all this stuff.
And weight. Yeah.
we all got old. Went through weight, baby. We all went through weight.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
We got old.
Can't hit the whiskey and eat pizza every day. That's not good.
Man, I had some wings today. I had some spaghetti, some meatloaf.
Carbs.
Gotta eat the carbs.
Yeah,
delicious.
Yeah, they're horrible and phenomenal at the same time. Yeah, so I asked Lowen his top 3 bases that he would have. He gave me some pretty interesting answers. He has another one coming in tomorrow. Forget Lowen. Max was a politician, and he dealt in generalities. So he was like, let me get a jazz bass, a P bass, let me get a Stingray, and then just in case, a fretless. I was like, I want specifics, but that's what he gave me. So top 3 basses. You only have 3, can't upgrade them, can't swap them out, can't do anything with components. You only have 3 basses. What 3 do you have?
Okay, question. Do they have to be basses that are currently on the market?
No.
Do they have to be basses that exist, or are they basses that I can just dream up in my mind?
Nope. They have to exist.
They have to exist. All right. The most versatile 5-string, I would have a bass that our good friend, our close friend, Low End Lobster reviewed recently. I got to have this bass. I'm going to get one at some point either way, but a Lakeland Skyline 5502 Deluxe with the inlays and stuff, because it's got the 3-band EQ, active electronics, 5 strings, and those 2 pickups, man. You can get so many amazing sounds. So that one for sure. That is a versatile bass. And then second would be my favorite bass that I've played, which is another Lakeland, the Lakeland Skyline 4464 PJ. It has the Lakeland Neo Punch PJ pickups in it. And I played one at NAMM, and it just sounds freaking incredible. And you got to love a good PJ, man. So that's a 5-string and a 4-string PJ, and then one more. Okay, well, I can get a jazz bass sound with the Lakeland 5502 if I split the humbucker. So not a jazz. With the 4464, I have a P bass pickup, but here's the problem. The problem is this. Say I want to use flat wounds. I'm not going to put flat wounds in either one of those basses. So I need something a little more old school. So for the third bass,
you about to say Vibe 60, ain't you? You about to say Vibe 60, ain't you?
No, man. For the third bass, You know what?
It's a Trabin.
Never heard of it.
You don't remember Trabins with the bridges that had like they looked like flames? It was like you don't remember those from the mid 2000s?
No, but it sounds beautiful.
They're awful. Anyways,
No, man, it sounds Nickelbacky. Don't do
So
that.
Nickelback, look at this photograph. So for the third
Nickelbacky.
bass,
It screams leather wrist straps.
oh my gosh, it's
Go ahead.
so yesterday. For the third bass, it's going to be a P bass with flats, and if I had my choice of what P bass with flats it would be the Lakeland non-Skyline US made 4464 classic P bass with flats. Bam, 3, and they're all Lakeland.
What is up with you in Lakeland, man?
I am just a regular guy who likes Lakeland quite a bit.
Now, see, I feel that way about Sire.
Yeah, well, and honestly, yeah. And so here's what I'll say about Sire. And I'm amazed by some of their basses on their website. They came out with that 5-string V7. They came out with it in like a really nice like Lake Placid blue and a green. I mean, they got a lot of in the freaking V10. Ooh, but I've never had one in my hands and played it,
Bro.
so
Man.
I can't say Sire because I've never played a Sire.
You need to try.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, you know, they were never. Sire was never a store bought bass. It was always on the internet. And when they first came out, you basically had to give them a college try. I mean, you had to go on faith. So
Yeah.
I can't blame you there. But they're starting to show up in different places. They're just now starting to show up.
Was there a
Maybe
was there a
changing
store that started carrying them? Guitar Center or
Well,
anything?
Guitar Center was I know they were
Yes.
carrying them online. In store, I don't know.
Mhm.
Have they Billy got any in store Sire? I haven't seen any.
Nah, that's not
They were
usual.
used.
That's not usual. You may be able to catch one used that somebody's
Mhm.
turned in, but for them to like have it as a display, no. I think they are working with the other vendors like American Musical or Musician's Friend. I think they're getting on those type of terms to get in distribution and stuff. That whole situation is really weird to me. So you have a dealer who you can buy directly from. They then start working with other distribution companies, which then adds money to what the price is so that they can make a bottom line. So I'm just trying to figure out how the boutique stores that sell it, like Guitar Center, how are you making money off selling something that's already dirt cheap? Unless
Well, Sire
they're
is definitely
peddling.
making money cutting the middleman out. They really are. They got to be.
Yeah, but so here's the
at first
thing.
they weren't,
So
Well, the
you know,
stores
first
get them
they
at
weren't-
cost.
they weren't- I'm sorry, we can't talk at the same time. Who's talking? Okay,
Go,
well,
Max.
let me finish right quick. You know, they had to be making some money, but like I said, they were going on faith. And once people started buying them and saying, "Man, hey, this is a hell of a bass," that's all they needed. So everybody started buying from the site,
Yeah,
and it took off.
yeah.
yeah.
Now,
I've never
Guitar
tried one.
Center, have you heard? I heard the restructuring again. Now because of the pandemic. Did you hear anything about like that?
No, do inform.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah,
What are
they
they
said
doing?
there was something about their restructuring again because I don't know. I guess they're not making it. They've been under different management for a couple times, so I don't know about the future of Guitar Center. They might go total subscription, like Musician Friend. They're connected with Musician Friend in some way. I don't know if Musician Friend owns them or Guitar Center owns them, but somehow they're connected.
Here's what I want to know from each of you. How many basses do you each have at this point in time?
We just
Especially.
answered
Oh, you already did?
that question.
Oh, man.
I got. I'll say it again because you weren't here. I got about 20 workable basses. Got about
Really?
20.
Wait, time out. You said 20 workable. What does that mean?
That means you can pick them up and play them. I got
Yeah.
some of them are like in disrepair. I'm trying to work with them, experiment them, putting some other stuff in them and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
All
20
right.
workable. Then I got some kind of laying around, Frankenstein, kind of laying there. I haven't really put together yet.
Sweet, man. That's awesome.
I think I'm sitting at around 21 basses.
Oh my
23
gosh.
guitars, but 20 basses.
Oh my gosh.
Workable basses, 41, and 2 guitars.
Woo!
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay,
But
Baromo.
talk to them tomorrow, except for tomorrow, and then.
Except for tomorrow, yes, that number goes up.
Ooh. All right, so I have
and then back down.
I have 3 working basses, but I have a 4th non-working bass, and then I have 1, 2, 3 other basses in this room that are not mine. One of which belongs to Sir Low End Lobster, and then guitars. I have 1, 2, 3 electric guitars, 3 working electric guitars, a 4th non-working electric guitar, a 5th on loan that I'm giving away, and then I have 3 working acoustic guitars and 1 non-working acoustic guitar. So my collection is massive when all put together, but it's kind of basses and guitars mixed.
I thought you would at least have 10 basses.
I would love to have 10 basses. So what happened was I was living in Seattle and, just kind of lost my job and stuff. And I had to sell gear to survive. Right. Yeah. Big bummer. And I did it again recently too, because the whole COVID thing, I ran out of work.
We're all going through it.
Yeah. So I've sold a little bit of gear, but it's going to come back around. I finally played another show today, which was nice. Made a little cash. So
I watched it, man. You actually pretty nice.
You watched
Piano Man? Piano Man?
Lobster commented on that. Piano Man on guitar. Yeah. I wore my hat.
Interesting choice.
Thank you.
Very Indiana Jones of you. I can dig it.
Yeah. No one shook my hand or anything, and you couldn't sit at the bar. You can go up to the bar and order something, but they said no, we can't do that. It's not legal because we'd be gathering at the bar. So it was kind of weird, but it was a gig nonetheless. Thank God.
Yeah. So money's money. Do your thing.
I'll tell you what. A couple bases on the walls behind a couple of you guys that I'd love to have is that Bully the Kid here has the Sire P7. That is a sweet bass, 5-string active PJ, which you don't find every day. And then Sir Low End Lobster has that beautiful Talman sitting behind him right there, which he reviewed today.
We just got through talking about that.
And that's also a 5-string active PJ. That's a very cool bass. And then Lobster has that beautiful Epiphone Cassidy right there with the super sweet tones, man. That's a good sounding bass too. Max Proud, what are you playing these days, man?
Good question.
I'm playing my little medium scale SR Mezzo from
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I saw those.
Which is, for 5-string, it's not a bad piece of work there.
Yeah,
but Ibanez, probably the most multifaceted basses you're gonna probably get is by Ibanez. I mean, they're different kinds, different way. I mean, different prices. I mean, you should be able to afford something really nice, or if you want something a lot more expensive, they run the whole gamut. And what always surprised me about it, I mean, it's a Japanese company. I mean, they make a lot of stuff, not just all type of instruments, but other stuff. And
they really do.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, they come out every year with more and more different things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. They have a bass cab that's actually very, very innovative. So it's a 10. Okay, it's a 10-inch cab. It has a head unit that's 300 watts. The head unit can detach from the cab. So you can take the head unit out, use it as like a module going into your interface to record. Okay, plug that bad boy back in. You can run that cab as just a cab by itself. Run the head unit just as a unit by itself. It has a kickstand, so it angles up so that you can hear the bass sound. And it actually is extremely light, and it's practical. Like, is it Aguilar? No. Is it Mark bass? No, but it's not trash. And I was very surprised playing funk through it. Yeah, like it doesn't have a tweeter, doesn't need it. It's a 10-inch woofer. There's a mini cone on the inside that serves as that to give the high frequencies out.
What's it called?
I was Prometheus.
Prometheus. Okay. I'll look into it.
Prometheus.
It's like we're all looking it up online right now.
He's like, oh, I want to see that. That sounds great.
For, man.
And
we
it isn't that expensive if I remember correctly. Yeah, so that was a thing. I think they perfect bass for me. Like I owned it at one time and I sold it to buy a V7. I think I sold it to buy a V7. It was a Ibanez 506. And it's the mahogany joint. Now it neck dives, but it's extremely thin, so it's comfortable to play on. And it came with Bartolini pickups and a Bartolini preamp with a switch for mid frequency control. I could have just had that bass and ran all my gigs. Like I could have just had that one. But me being like, man, this V7 though, I need this V7. How am I gonna get it? Okay, I'm gonna trade in this bass, take that money, I'm gonna use it to buy the V7.
That's the way.
I'll end up buying it again later on in life. I just don't need it now because I got 2 6-string basses that I don't use now. So,
yeah, I find that.
Yeah, I just wanted to drop that.
That sixth string, the high C, is like diminishing returns. We're like going from a 4 to a 5 with that low B. You're like, okay, I see where this is going, but then that extra C I don't find as usable. I had a Conklin GT7 briefly in high school, and I thought I was shit. I'm like, oh look, I have a 7-string bass, I can play up here. Ooh. And the actual usability of it wasn't really there. Like,
unless you're running chords,
yeah.
Unless you're a chord monster, it doesn't help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's something I want to know.
Oh, continue.
I want to know if there's any bass that Max Proud has not come across in his time.
I'm sorry again?
I want to know if there's any bass you have not come across in your mini trading and
not
sailing.
come across. I haven't come across a lot of those Japanese numbers. As far as playing them, the Japanese.
So like this Fuji Gen he's talking about.
They I don't know. They put some money on those things. You're talking about 2,000 and up for some of those things.
Wow,
one
some
I've
of the
been interested
Bacchus.
in. You ever heard of an Atelier Z?
Yeah, Atelier Z. Yeah, those are crazy up there.
Yeah. But they seem to be playing real nice. But I like to have just one in my hand to review, just one at a time.
Yeah.
What else? You got something called the Corona bass and the swing bass. They're out of Japan. Yeah, you ever heard of those Corona? And not the coronavirus. I mean, they're called Corona.
I feel like it's horrible.
No, don't go crazy. No, they're just called. I don't know why they're called Corona.
It would be called Corona. Bossa basses.
Yeah.
Bossa is another one from a Japanese brand that's high-end. STR, another interesting Japanese one.
What do you think about? They used to make the first Marcus Miller Fenders from Japan. What do you think about their engineering?
That was Fujigen. Fujigen made those, and
okay.
Yeah, they did the Japanese stuff, and they're really good. I love them. They actually have Fujigen incorporates a really interesting fretting system on their basses. It's called the circular fretting system, where instead of the frets being straight lines, they're actually slightly curved because the strings aren't going in a straight line. They're kind of fanning out where they're wider at the bridge versus at the nut. So the frets are slightly curved to compensate for that. You really can't see it, but because it's a very, very slight curvature, but supposedly it helps with intonation and other stuff.
How do you cut that out into the fretboard?
Japanese precision. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, probably. Okay.
Was
they,
it
like,
the
trademarked it too or
Japanese
something.
that
I'm sitting there like every fret saw. Go ahead, Max.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it the Japanese that started
No,
the
go ahead.
fan fretting? Was
Nope,
it them?
that was Novak's.
Where are they
Novak
from?
guitars.
Oh,
I think he's is his name like Richard Novak's or something? He invented the system, and then it was Dingwall that had the first
right. I
that
remember.
incorporated that into production, and they're out of Canada. But
Never played one. You guys played one?
no, I've wanted to.
I've got a friend who's getting one. It's on the way.
I want one because they look nice.
Yeah.
They look slamming. Like I want an afterburner. I want the 3 pickup situation. Yeah.
I've got something
And I
Japanese.
want it to be green.
They say they're not as difficult to play as
It's
you
all
might think.
highlighted.
They say
Actually,
your
why
fingers
am I
kinda
saying
match
green?
the- You know.
I've never played a multi-fan fretted bass, so I don't even know what I would do to that.
This is my green guitar, Alan.
What is that?
My telly. I know it's dark side, but still, it's green, man.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. What brand is that? Rome?
Okay.
The dark side.
Ooh. Fender.
So, Lobster, when you
Get off
play
my
that, how does it
screen.
feel when you play that?
So this is the Ibanez. It's different than the Dingwall, where the Dingwalls have a 37-inch scale B string. This is a 35.
Oh,
But
okay.
honestly, I don't know any difference. Notice any difference from the 12th scale and below. On the upper registers, though, if you're playing chords and stuff, you have to adapt a little bit. If you're just playing like single notes, you don't really notice. But doing chords, you gotta like either adjust your hand or adjust your finger placement to compensate for the slantiness. But overall, it's really natural, and I enjoy it. I like the added string tension on the B.
I think Alan actually got me off his screen because I had a Fender.
I did. That's true.
All right, I'm holding a Japanese bass. Okay, so I just did a video on this, but the color is so rare, and the pickup configuration is so rare that I could only find limited information about this thing. So it's an Ibanez Roadstar 2 950 RB 950. So here's the thing. Apparently, this wine burst red color. Apparently, this is an 84. Apparently, it was super rare. And then I had somebody tell me in YouTube comments, basically what this is these knobs, they push down like that to coil tap. And somebody on YouTube who's like been collecting these for years told me he's never seen one with knobs that push down to coil tap.
Mm.
So I'm like, well, then how is it that this bass has that? Did someone put that on there?
Ibanez is doing everything. You know, they do all kind of experimental stuff.
But this is Japanese.
But this is the 80s. Do you know if they were coil tapping? You know if they was coil tapping in the 80s?
I would think that they didn't.
They may have been because Ernie Ball doing the switch selector thing. So it's possible.
You know what's funny though is for a Japanese well-made bass that's held up all these years, this is actually a basswood body, believe it or not.
Yeah, Japanese basswood is not a bad wood by any means.
Really?
Yeah, the lower end Fuji gens use Japanese basswood, like the ones like not the Getty, but the I have another jazz bass coming from them that I got for like $500 plus shipping, and that one has a basswood body, and I think it's going to be fine. People hate on basswood. My EHB 11, the 1005, the lower end, the Seafoam one is basswood.
What about like
man, Ernie Ball bongo basses are freaking basswood, and I was like, man, I'm not about to pay $2,300 for no basswood bass, man. Come on now.
Ernie Ball uses basswood and was it?
I'm surprised they even count on
Tacoma, the same wood that this Ibanez is out of, and that's like a mahogany, but it's cheaper and lighter, but similar tonal characteristics. Right?
I think this lobster went to college or something. He knows a lot.
Yeah, he might have.
So that what is that color? It looks like a
this is
plum
what we
from
do.
over.
Huh? What was that, Max?
I said, what was that color? It looks like a plum. Like a plum.
On what? On this?
Yeah,
Base.
no, on the rumbling. On Rumbling Man's ivory. Like
This is if I read correctly in all my research, this is a wine burst. The top is like it's like some kind of quilted maple. No, the top is bird's eye maple. So like if you really, really look at it, like you can see the structure of the bird's eye maple in there.
right.
And I believe they called this a wine burst. So apparently in this model, there was a model that was configured differently that had like a cherry burst, like a Lakeland looking cherry burst that was popular with quilted maple. And then the popular one of this was like a blue, like almost like a soda blue, but it was before they were calling it soda blue, like a translucent turquoise blue or something. And you can find that one like on Reverb and stuff. But I've been told that this red is about as rare as it can be.
It looks like. So Lobster, you got like an ocean blue burst.
Yeah, it's like a.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what it's called, an ocean blue
Ocean
burst
blue
or
burst.
ocean burst,
Beautiful.
Nice.
something like that.
I love the ocean.
Yeah, beautiful.
But I wanted to actually do something with you, Rumbling Man. You have your Roadstar. Hold on to it for a second.
Dude, if he's about to pull out a wine red Roadstar, I'm about to kick him off of here.
Okay. So,
No, I
Dude.
show your headstock. Just show your headstock. No, we're just gonna
Almost
a little bit. Keep going. Yes, keep going.
What the feezy?
Keep going.
They like the little brother?
That's what she said. The bean.
The bean.
I remember that bass.
What?
That thin line bass. I remember those. Those came out back in the late 70s.
This was
Next.
late 80s. The Roadstar.
That's
2.
late 80s right there?
They had the neck through ones that were the natural finish that I think came
Okay.
earlier.
I remember seeing them.
think. But yeah.
I'm a nostalgia.
Listen, I'm sitting here like, what is going on with this head right here? And not just rumbling. What's going on with this head on his bass right here?
I'm actually new to
These
the
These are
club.
jokes, baby.
I'm new to the club.
These are
so
jokes.
I haven't
These are jokes.
tanned
I'm
yet.
just messing with you. It's all good, man. I'm just messing with you. Yeah. That's
get a
cool.
Steinberger,
Is it
Billy?
short scale?
On
Huh?
This is full scale.
That's a full scale bass?
Yeah.
Just the body small.
It's a tiny body that looks like
How light is it?
Photoshop.
Yeah, I can't play that because it'll just look like a
8
piece of
pounds,
paper
maybe?
on my lap.
7 or 8 pounds, somewhere in there. It's light.
Come on.
All right. What'd you say, Max?
I said, you got Steinberger?
Do I have one?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have one. I played
got-
one. I played a 4-string at the Gibson store, actually, in Memphis. No, but I'm pretty sure Lobster probably has one.
I did. I reviewed a 5-string one, the Spirit ones, and it was
Spirit, yeah. That's one I got. Spirit.
the
It's like so much
Oh.
room gone. It's weird.
the feel wasn't bad, but the electronics were
Something
not
to be
great.
desired.
Yeah,
Okay. So what were you expecting?
to sound a little bit better, and also like the placement of it, because the earlier Steinbergers had a little bracket that came with it, so you would have your strap at the appropriate position.
Yeah, that was a polymer one.
Yeah, the Spirits don't have that. So when you're playing with the strap or even sitting down with it, the first fret is like all the way out here, and it's super uncomfortable to play because everything is sitting out at like a really different position.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way about sitting down and playing the Thunderbird. Like where my finger is supposed to be is the back pickup. Like I would normally put my thumb on the neck pickup and play between the two. And then me just putting it on my lap, my thumb lands on the bridge pickup, and it's weird. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't play it on the channel very much. But I need to bring it out because nobody's slapping on the Thunderbird. I need to be doing that.
Yeah.
On a Thunderbird?
Nobody's slapping on the Thunderbird. Nobody's doing it.
You know why, don't you?
Why is that?
Kind of difficult.
Ew, it hurts. It hurts.
We're going to see.
Playing a redwood tree.
Yeah.
Y'all stay
And your
tuned.
fingers are so close to like the pickups in the wood. Like I always thought I'd get hurt playing one of those.
Hey guys, can we talk amps for a minute?
Yeah.
Listen, I've got a little problem with a popular amp that I don't think is all that, but maybe y'all feel differently. The Mark bass. I've never been impressed by it. They're German, and I've never been impressed by those Mark basses. I don't think they carry the bass tone very well. What do you think?
I thought they were Italian, but yeah, I haven't.
They're Italian. Yeah.
They might be.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't. They're just okay. They're not worth $1,000 a pop. I'll tell you that.
A lot
Like
of treble,
210s is, huh?
A lot of treble, like a lot of high end, and
Yeah.
a lot of
Mid
bite.
range.
Too much,
Yeah.
almost.
So listen. So what I figured out was when they run the 15s, the New Yorker, the one that what's his name, Jackson from American Idol, Randy Jackson,
the wrestler.
Yeah, he has a signature model, and I think it's just 115 with a tweeter. That one actually has good response, and it is rounded low end. It carries very well. Also, the New Yorker, if you can find that and demo that one, I actually think is okay. But like Marcus Miller has a 210 that's out that you can't add an extension cab to. I think I'm pretty sure because I tried to add like 410s because it was very high, mid, treble dominant and stuff. So even if I EQ'd it with all the vintage and the new, trying to get it to be Marcus's tone, it just wasn't, it didn't have presence. So I also feel that way about that company, which is why I haven't rocked with them at all. Now, what I will say is, I gotta say it, Fender Rumble, they hold it down and they're cheap. And so let's say you're just trying to gig around, right? You need something that's gonna be loud enough to carry you. So you get a Fender Rumble 500. If you pay $200, $300 more, you get the Fender Rumble Stage 800, and then you have the ability to add in an 8 ohm or a 4 ohm cab to your unit, and then you can have 800 watts either way, whatever you got. So I was like, yes, it was so dope that I bought it. It got bought from me after a show, and I bought it again.
Yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah.
And it's right there. It's right there, sitting on top of my boom bass cabinets and bass cab.
What do you think about Ampeg BAs?
They are good. I do not like. You talking about like the scrambler?
No, just the combos of
the combo
speakers. That's what I've been using in my videos for years.
They are vintage sounding, so you can't get a modern bass tone out of them very easily. But then again, that is the flavor of whatever you like. Like I tend to like Andrew Goucher, Marcus Miller, hi-fi slap tone. And then some cats like that Motown groove. They like that 70s funk type stuff, you know, not necessarily Larry Graham, but they want something that's going to be low, mid, dominant, cool in the bass area, not really too much in the treble, low, mid, dominant, high, mid, possibly that type of stuff. That's where I think Ampeg is. So I never really gravitated toward them. I've played SVTs. They're powerful. Yes, I'll give you that. They do have a booming bass sound. Yes. Portaflex, I feel like they're kind of thin. Their combos, they're okay. But if there's a rumble there, whether it's a 25 or it's a 200, I'm probably gonna be trying my bass or whatever bass through that cab first. If I can't have that, then I'll take an acoustic. But that's a whole different discussion in and of itself. That's a whole different discussion for the same reason. So,
I guess I'm old school. You know, the Fender Rumbles and the Ampegs have always done me pretty well. I tried the SWRs and the Harkeys. They're okay, but they're kind of expensive.
Joint. Yeah,
I never liked SWR, honestly.
Really?
SWR is kind of expensive, but I'm satisfied with what I got.
Yeah. Another one that we haven't really talked about, TC Electronic.
Oh yeah.
Hey, can you guys hear my voice through this thing?
Yes.
Is it like overpoweringly loud, or is it like better than the other mic, or is it just cool?
It's better than the other one.
Check. Beautiful. Is that too loud?
No, you cool.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So TC Electronic and also Galen Kruger. Dude, I'm gonna say it like this: Galen Kruger Aguilar. That's the upper crust. I'm at Fender level right now, but I aspire towards these two. That's it for me. Like my dreams. Ooh, if you had a dream bass rig setup, what would it be?
Oh.
No limitations, no money constraints. You have to say companies, Max. What would it be? What I do is I just force him in this corner and then just push him to an answer. Max, I'll give you time, Max. Low end. If you can have your dream bass setup, your dream, end all, beat all, this is it. Your dream.
I already have my dream cab. I already own it. It's my basement. It's, no, not the orange. That's just that's a combo, a little 50-watt combo. This is an AccuGroove Tri 112L. It's 32 pounds. I think it can do like 400 watts. It's multi-speaker. It has a 12-inch, like a 5-inch, and like a tweeter or something like that. I forget the exact configuration. It's a real nice cab, and I got it like 13 years ago, something like that. And I've just held on to it, and I think they've like doubled in price since then. They're still around, but they're like $1,400 now. But I didn't pay that much. But I got it because I was hauling around this Ampeg 410 HLF. It was like 120 pounds. I was just hauling that to like little local gigs and stuff, and it was a pain loading that in places. So I'm like, I need something lighter. Okay. And this, hi kitty, the AccuGroove is where it's at.
Okay, so that's a cab. What head?
The head. I'm kind of shooting blind here, but I really want to try some of that dark glass stuff, man. I hear that's real good.
You were gonna say that, man. I knew.
I hear it's real good.
I'm weary of tubes, man. I'm weary of tubes. I don't have time for you to be burning out on your boy at a gig. I don't have time for it. I've got to play. I have a friend.
It's a series of tubes,
bro. Shut. I guess I walked in. You laughing too, Max? That's funny to you, bro. Okay, cool. I guess I walked into that. I'll take that. Take that. All right. Yeah, I played a I think it was
Rumbling, we're losing you.
I think it's like a 60s. I still see you. You're still there for me. So I played a Bassman 300.
Can you guys see me?
There you go.
Yes.
You're back.
Stay sexy.
Sexy.
No, not stay sexy. Stay sexy.
Oh, okay.
I wish Marshall made a bass amp. They really don't make a bass cab or anything like that.
Well, they don't. Oh, low end had to go. Okay.
Yeah, because I thought the Marshalls always looked cool, but they never made anything for bass. So
yeah, they don't.
So I would, I'm not copping out, man. I would still stick with something the Fender would make. Excuse me.
Okay.
I would still
So
stick
tell
with
me the
whatever.
rig. Tell me the rig.
I haven't bought a real big rig like that in my life.
I know, but this is a dream, though. It's a dream, though.
No,
This
really,
is a dream. It could be
I
anything.
know, but I've never been really bought a big rig like that. I've always bought combos.
Okay.
Because
so what
the venues that I've played have always been smaller.
Okay, so you just saying just a random Fender Rumble?
Getting a cough.
Said a random Fender Rumble?
Yeah.
That'll be
Rumble.
it? Yeah. Okay, I can dig it. All right, Rumble. What is your dream rig?
All right, man. Now I will say this to comment on the Fender Rumbles. Long story short, I had some good experiences with those because I had an old Rumble 75 that was a kickback, and I used to blow up some big rooms with that thing. And then when I was in Seattle, I had a combo 300, and I would roll it into clubs. Man, I never had a problem.
Okay.
With volume, but I'm saying Dream Amp I really like the Aguilar Tone Hammer amp. So a Tone Hammer head, and I would go with 2 Aguilar DB cabs. That way, depending on the size of the gig, it didn't matter if I took 1 or 2 with me.
Okay, so here's the question.
Yes.
Are we talking 410s? Are we talking 212s? Are we talking 115? We got to get to it. 410s? 2 410s?
Well, yeah, because if I had to play like in an arena or something, like I would want the 2 410s, right?
Yeah.
But
okay, so we saying Tone Hammer 500, 700, 350?
Whichever. I like them all. Yeah, I don't care. So whatever the newest, whatever the best one is. I don't know.
Right.
I gotta say though, there's something that appeals to me, and Max Proud may agree with this. There's something that appeals to me about a big old Fender Bassman. I mean, they sound pretty sweet. Matt Freeman from Rancid played through a big old Fender Bassman. I really like the sound of those things.
Real bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my Bassman 300. That's a preset that that's my bass line, no pun intended. That's what I usually start from.
Is it an IR or something?
Huh?
Is it an impulse response or what is it? Like a cab simulator?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so it has the ability to do. I need to do a video. I don't know why I'm not doing these videos. It does like 9 different cabinet simulators, and then it has like 12 different amp things. So like tubes, Redhead, Bassman 300, different versions of the Rumble that they have locked in for the programming, and you can just dial them all in.
That sounds like my Zoom. Is it a Zoom?
What are you talking about? It's on the cab.
Oh, it's actually on the cab.
It's on the cabinet. So like if I take is it on? It is still on. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a
So the cab can actually sound like any of those?
Yes. So I'm gonna take this.
Yeah, right.
And then I'm gonna set this over here. And then
right.
I'm gonna go over here. And then, can you see it?
Kinda.
A display right there.
Kind of weird. It's kind of weird, right? Discolored.
Yeah, I can see it. Little LED screen, stadium rig. Yeah.
Okay, dig it. So I can swap between KGB, chorus, basic KGB, redhead, basic redhead, Bassman 300, clean. You still seeing everything?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that before. That used to be on an effect. Used to be on a box effect too.
Yeah.
But now they just transferred it to the.
Hopefully, it's actually coming through. So like it gives me different versions of the 59 Bassman. If it would just do it, that's gonna be the problem where I actually have to show this screen. That's gonna be the problem. So if I had to, there was a bass cab I wanted to emulate, then I'd be able to do it and dial in a sound. And each one of those sounds is manipulatable.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, there's different presets like presence and then aural enhancement and all that type of stuff that can be unlocked in this thing. And it's excessive, which is probably why I haven't done it, because to do it well, Fender hasn't even done it.
Wow.
To do it well and like represent everything this thing can do, it's gonna be extra. And it comes with a pedal.
Oh, cool, man. So this is a Fender amp?
Yeah, this is a Fender Rumble Stage 800. So it comes with a pedal, and the pedal has a looper on it. Hold on, let me try to get up.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, it has presets, and you hit the different buttons for effects and then looper, and you can run the different effects on the pedal. So you start two of them, it turns into a tuner. And yeah, man, you just plug it in. It's just a regular plug-in, goes into the back of it.
Dude.
It's a monster. That's why I bought it twice.
That's why you bought it twice. I didn't even know that it could do all that. Honestly, like this year, like Fender's been a little disappointing, I guess, for me. But I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yours. So you said Aguilar 700.
Tone hammer.
Tone hammer,
yeah,
700, and then 2 410s.
Either that or a basement. I can't decide.
Ah, that's two different worlds, though.
It is. But the basement, the thing is, you were talking about like the high fidelity sound that you can get as opposed to like the more Motown kind of vibe. Mm-hmm. To me, the basement can sound pretty clear, pretty present.
But you still have the tubes, man. And tubes matter as far as clarity and how it actually comes across.
But it's a whole section of tubes and not just one tube.
Yeah, it is. So any given one can go out and you're screwed. I don't like it. I'm more of a solid state type person.
And do you want to carry that into a venue?
Yeah, because that's going to be a trip. That's 2 trips at least.
Yeah.
Whether you got Max who just walks in with a 210 Rumble 500 and he's like, all right, what do I got? Bass, chords, amp, and a seat. Cool. Yeah. So for me, it is GK 1001 RB Mark II head and a Neo 412 cab. I would venture to say 212 so I can have the same functionality as you. And also, I won't be able to fit that in an Ultima. I wouldn't be able to fit 412 in an Ultima.
No. Well, maybe if you put the seat. Well, can you put the seats down?
Man, you can't. That thing deep is deep. So 212s. Yeah, let's go with that one. That way I have functionality.
I could fit any rig in my minivan.
Hey, haha. Oh, ball.
What you got? What's that minivan?
Ride in the Astro van.
I got a minivan, Chrysler Town and Country.
All right.
It's a gig mobile. I keep my stuff in it.
That's what I work for.
Nice. Chrysler?
Yeah, of course.
Sweet. Can you hook me up?
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a 300.
I wish I could.
Oh, I'd love to have it. Man, those 300s are sweet.
Yeah, that's
we make the trucks. We make the trucks.
Oh, okay. Cool, man. Nice.
What Chrysler truck do you have? Hold on. What Chrysler trucks are there?
Yeah, I've never seen a Chrysler truck.
Yeah, what Chrysler truck?
You never seen a Chrysler truck? You never seen a Ram?
Internet.
Oh, Dodge.
You never seen the Ram truck?
I didn't know that was Chrysler.
Ram is Chrysler. Yep, sure is. Wow, those are nice.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
All right.
Pacificas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like Chrysler. Okay, 200, 300.
Pacifica? You do SUVs too?
No, the Pacifica is considered the well, sort of the SUV.
Dude, this TR Ram thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that is. I think that.
Engine?
I don't know. It's on the internet. Wow, that's only a 2006. That's neat. I'll have a truck someday. Gotta have a job first.
Yeah, man. This whole 2020 has been trash. Like it's
weird,
been
man.
trash. Once it, you know what I'm saying? Listen.
There are better days ahead, gentlemen.
Yeah, it can't be. I'm not gonna say that. Yes, we have better days ahead. I don't want to say what I was gonna say because I say that and then boom, zombies. I don't want to say that. Zombies, get out of here now. Okay.
Boom, zombies.
Oh man, I was scared, man. People in Florida eating people faces off bath salts and stuff, man. Yeah,
that does not happen in Florida.
Bully,
that
you
was in
said
Florida.
that Bully, you said that the M2 is your main working base.
Yeah, that's one of my go-tos for church because I got it dialed in as far as EQ goes. Sometimes I swap it up and go with the P7. It just depends on what I'm wearing.
Same thing with you, Rumlin?
I don't have an M2, but I wish I did. For me, honestly, it's kind of weird. Well, honestly, I had a Yamaha BB, and that's what I was taking whenever somebody wanted me on bass. But I sold it. So right now, if I got a call to come play, well, a lot of my main gigs are like guitar gigs right now, so I'm not playing bass live as much. But so I don't even know what I would take because I haven't played bass live in like 3 or 4 months.
Well, mine's much longer than that. But if I ever do start gigging again, I would guess I would take one of my Sires.
Oh man!
You know,
oh, tell me what Sires you got?
Huh?
What Sires?
How many
do you
Sires
have?
I got? You really want to know, Bully?
Yeah, man.
I want to know.
I think I got about 8 of them. I got about 8 Sires.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back. So, are we getting doubles of the same model just because of color?
No. I try to make them all different. I got one that's actually a first generation.
Okay.
Maple, vintage.
Seen
I
that
got,
video.
The V7. I got the Precision, the P7 that's in a rosewood. I've got the P7 in a maple. Okay. I've got the 4-string M2 and the 5-string M2.
Okay. Which one did you go? What'd you go with on the M2s?
M2, the 4 and the 5. The one you got, the turquoise kind of greenish color. With a maple neck. Yeah.
Is that the 4 or the 5?
Oh, maple.
Both of them.
Oh, they both are the same thing? You funny.
I should have got the 5 all along, but I got the 4. I said this is not enough, so I went again. They're never that expensive. Those two.
It's like $329 and then $429, whatever.
So I got, I could get greedy a little bit.
I gotta say that Tallman that Low End Lobster has, the 5-string that he reviewed today, that's a cool bass, man.
It is nice.
I kind of want to get one.
I got a Tallman. It's not as cool as that one is, though, but it's hot like a firecracker, though. So you
got what, a 105?
Yeah, I got a Tallman.
I thought you gave that away or something.
Not yet. That's gonna be one of the ones I give away for whenever I get to 30,000.
Question: do you like the 105?
Yes, I just can't use it.
Why?
Well, for one, it doesn't fit in any of my gig bags. That's one, because of the headstock.
Wow.
2, it's hot. It is hot. Like it is. The electronics are boosted, brother. It's not a game, and it's not playing. So, I might try next week if I get the opportunity to play. I might try to run it and then just make for sure that I'm actually very serious about that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of going back between what my giveaway is going to be. Either it's going to be my Music Man, my sub Music Man, or it's going to be this one. So I'm going to play with that one next week. And then
question, like the 105, like what do you think of the neck? Like how's the neck on it? Like,
neck is not bad. Neck is a normal 5. It's not necessarily thick or anything like that. It's comfortable.
What about like the finish on the back of the neck? Like what kind of finish does it have?
Satin.
So it is satin. So it's not unfinished. It's at least got satin urethane.
Yeah, it's playable. It's usable. It sounds good. Actually, why not? Who the heck cares?
I like that color.
Yeah,
the
the black
color scheme.
It's interesting.
Doesn't it only come in that one color? The 105 only comes in black.
I want to say yes, but I'm not completely sure because I think they've done some changes.
Nice.
So it's hot. This is on like one. Like I just cracked it open.
Dang, man.
That's 3. Like it's as soon as I turn it, it's getting it.
I don't think Ibanez makes a bad thing. Really don't.
Dang, man, that's does it buzz or anything? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I got the action extremely low, and then the seasons change, so the neck is doing a whole bunch of.
No, I mean, do the pickups buzz much? Okay,
It's a PJ, so if I put it on the back, then
right. So the reason I ask is I kind of want one. Well, I thought about getting the 100 because in the 100 they released a maple version, which is pretty sweet, and nobody's really talked about those on YouTube a lot. But the thing is, I kind of want a 5-string, like a 5-string PJ like that, and that seems like a cool bass.
Yeah, somebody in the comments say we want to see, we can't see.
Sorry.
Sorry. The funk had to get laid right quick.
Yeah.
And I love that they went after the split PJ the P bass pickup. You know, that's all 3 on one string and 2 on the other.
Yeah, you don't see that on 5
bar
strings much.
pickup.
Yeah. I love that, man. You get those you can try to get those Jamerson tones. Throw some flats on it.
I haven't even taken off the paper off the pickups.
Oh, cool, man.
I just now noticed that. I was like, oh man. How long? I have not.
You know, Rumbling. What do you think about this? I have been actually criticized by people on my review. They're saying that I don't do a bad review, and I'm like, rather than telling you that some bass is awful or something like that, I'd rather just tell you what the bass offers. As far as being a bass, I really don't trash bass. In fact, I can't think of anything particular that
You did one negative review.
An awful bass. I mean, have you played an awful bass that was for sale? I mean, by a known company, not just some off the wall company.
I'll say it. I'll say mine. I saw mine back. I sent it back. So mine was a Tobias. It was like a Tobias bass. It was a 5-string. Oh. I did not like how that felt. Like it was like bigger at the top, and then it got smaller as you get to like I'm talking about the fret, like the back of the neck. Like it was thicker at the top, then thinner at the bottom. And like for how I was playing, my finger kept slipping off the back. Like I didn't like it. I hated it. I couldn't get my phone. I couldn't get into the groove because of how it was set up. Like I didn't like it. I sent that thing back. And it's not like an MTD, but it's a Tobias bass. And
I know that it was Tobias design. Yeah, he sold part of that to another company or something like that. I don't know how that worked out, but the only thing I can even think about, that I was disappointed in, I thought it wasn't an awful bass, but it was overpriced. It was they wanted much more than I thought it was worth, and that was the Mitchell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been curious about those. Yeah, I guess I'm not anymore.
Is that like a where'd you find it at?
I mean, the Mitchell is like they should be more in the range of like that Ibanez 200 and 300 range. Like
I was thinking Road
2 to 300, maybe 4 at the most. But some of them were going. The 5-string was going for like 500 something. I was like, no, that's way overpriced. Yeah, but they weren't really offering anything to be a passive bass. I mean, you know.
Well, you Max Proud, you did was like 5 or 6 years ago. You did a negative review one time because I remember you saying in the video that you usually keep it positive, and you were like, well, I guess this is a negative review, but I don't remember what the bass was.
Really, it must have been a long time ago. I can't remember.
Years back.
You know how many videos you've done since then?
I've done a lot of videos.
You know what I'm saying? I've had people like, yo, I was around whenever you did the soldering video where you did the blue bass. I was like,
I was around.
Which blue bass? That's the question you're talking about. Which one? I love the color, so I've had multiple. What are you talking about?
Wasn't that an Ibanez? It was like an aqua blue. I don't think they had offered that color before. It looked really nice.
Mine?
It was aqua blue on a all maple neck. I think that's what the bass they're talking about.
Aqua blue bass. Maple neck. The video he was at
Ibanez 405 or something like that, 505. It was either 405 or 505.
I've never had that one. But I think the video he was talking about was this bass here, the SX. Like I put the noise pickups in it, and then I had a Ardere preamp that I put in it that I put in another bass later. So that was my slap monster there for a while. And that's ash on maple. So it was high-end, punchy, stupid slap. So I'm actually...
What basses have you guys had that you regretted getting rid of or selling?
Oh, shit.
I think we had this convo once, but I'm down to have it again.
We're gonna have it live.
Alan, you start. I'm gonna fill up my
okay.
My water.
You saying what bases that we had that we regretted selling, or something happened and they were gone?
I had an original Music Man Stingray, 40 Ernie Ball. An original one. I had to get rid of because I had some unfortunately, you're gonna make money off the real thing, the quality bases. No sell factor. So, and I regret that every day. I could have had a gold mine. This is before Ernie Ball took over the company, and it was one of the first Stingrays, man. First production Stingray. Now it's in limbo somewhere. I don't know who's got it. Lucky bastards.
I had the first nice bass I've ever received, and I got it from one of my frat brothers. It was a Schecter custom Stiletto 6, gold hardware, 4 pickups. It was ivory, gold hardware.
Natural finish?
Huh?
Natural finish?
Yeah.
That's a natural finish.
Mm-hmm.
Natural wood.
Mm-hmm. And it got stolen. Like somebody came in my house, took one of my Ibanez guitars, and then dipped. And I was like,
sorry for the delay.
Never found it. Second one that I actually had a choice over was the Ibanez 506. I love that bass, but I just wasn't using it because I was on the SX train. I had done this bass here. I fixed this up, suited and booted this bad boy, and I was like, yeah, this is all I need, baby. We in here. Man, the hi-fi sound, like I ended up growing into the slap player I wanted to be, but I had already sold off that bass. So I didn't have that hi-fi modern bass sound anymore. So I got it back with my Marcus Miller. So that's why I haven't bought the 506 again. So those are the two basses that haunt me.
Yeah. Well,
okay, Rumlin.
So, and I've said this on the Bully the Kid channel before, so some people will hear it a second time. And I'm cool with that because maybe if there's some guy out there who maybe bought one of these basses from me who wants to give it back, and watch it on the channel. But
so look directly into the camera and appeal to this man.
Hello, sir. Well, one of them, I remember who they were. One was like a studio guy in Seattle, and the other was kind of an outlandish guy up in northern Washington or something. But so the second most heartbreaking was the Fender road worn 60s precision bass, and that was the Mexican one, the classic series. And it had it was made, no, it was a 50s 57 style P bass, and it was made just like the late 50s precisions, and it was, you know, road worn and everything. Man, I loved the mojo that P bass had, and I sold it for about $400 and to eat. And then number one is a surprise, like a major surprise, because I've sold, you know, Music Men and American Fenders in my day. But number one to me that I miss the most and really would like to get this one back was a Squire Classic Vibe 60s P bass. The color was Sonic Blue. Not crazy about Sonic. I don't care about Sonic Blue, but I'll tell you this, it had a rosewood fretboard, and this Squire Classic Vibe P bass was made so similar to the 60s P basses that when I would record in Seattle, I would take three basses. I would take a Music Man, my Fender Jazz, and that Squire P bass, and I always ended up playing the Squire P bass. And I want that Classic Vibe P bass back real bad. I miss that bass to this day. That was a good one. How about you, Max Proud?
Oh, you already said his.
Oh, it did. When I was getting the water. Sorry, I missed it.
So what he said was he had a original first run Ernie. You call it a Stingray or Ernie Ball Stingray?
Before Ernie Ball took it over, the Music Men's that Leno Fender had out.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
The actual Music Man Stingray. I had one of those first production ones.
That's painful.
Before Ernie Ball ever took over. So that would have been worth something right now.
Yeah, that'd be worth a grip. And it wouldn't depreciate either.
But this was back in the day, young and stupid, didn't know what I had, you know.
Yeah.
Man, you know how many people I've talked to that was like bass players back in the gap that came out while Rickenbackers only cost like $300, $400 and stuff like that. Yeah, but like that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Now they like 2 stacks easy for new ones. If you're trying to get the
there was a lot of mom and pop stores. You didn't have Guitar Center back then. You know, I mean, it was a different thing.
Either way, it's like Cass is just like, yeah, man, we was on stage and we drunk as heck, and I just smashed it on the stage. There ain't enough alcohol in the world. Dang. I just looked at him. I had to stop what I was doing so I could hate him fully. I had to stop. Like I was in the middle of walking around and stuff, and he said that, and I just stopped. I hate you. I just stopped, and then I just looked him in the eye, said what I had to say, and just walked back to my desk. This was at work. I was pissed the rest of the day. He's like, "What's wrong, man? You smashed my dream bass, and you just kept living your life. I have a problem with that." Which sounds really, really hardcore, but that's how I was feeling at the time, and that's a true story. I'm not lying about that.
How does he sleep at night? You know.
Listen, I don't know how he left there. I don't know what will make him take it off his shoulder, swing it over his head, and then commit one of the biggest sins, eating an apple. I don't understand.
Earl, you live in Detroit, right?
Yes. Well, I live in Michigan. I used to live in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
I live in southeastern Michigan now.
Oh, okay, southeastern. Cool. I was up there like a few years ago, but I would think that area would be the place to be if you want to buy a bass, because I mean you're in.
You know, a lot of the things that used to be in the city, you know, they're not there anymore. They're in the suburbs.
Oh, really?
Our guitar centers out in the suburbs and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. I've always wanted to tour the Motown Museum in
Oh, the
Detroit.
Motown Museum is still where it's supposed to be. It's right there on
Nice.
West Grand. So you can
I've
visit it.
never been, but I'd like to. I'd very much like to tour that museum. Detroit seems like a
Now,
cool.
where are you at?
I live in Florida now, so I'm I'm on the Gulf of Mexico. I'm about 10 miles from Tampa, which is
Yeah,
kind of like.
I went to Florida A&M University for about a year.
Oh, did you down here?
Florida A&M.
Yep.
Where? What town were you in at A&M?
This was years ago. This was like in the 80s.
Oh wow. Where is that though? I don't know where that
That's
is.
North Florida.
Oh, it's
Florida
north.
A&M. That's in Tallahassee.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Tallahassee, the capital. So that's probably like 4 hours from me. But yeah, Tampa is if you took St. Louis, Missouri, and put it in a subtropical climate, you'd have Tampa. It's basically it's St. Louis. It's St. Louis with palm trees, basically. In my opinion.
And Bully, you said Colorado?
I'm in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
I'm sorry. Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a visual for your butt. I've been to St. Louis.
Yeah.
I've been to Tampa. I hope it's not like that. I was there at the nighttime and a little inebriated. I don't remember it being that rough. They at least don't have like, huh?
How's Oklahoma?
What'd you say? How is Oklahoma?
How's the air in Oklahoma?
It's a great place to raise a family.
Okay.
Which is good and bad because there's nothing to do. Even when the corona wasn't here.
What I know about Oklahoma is like probably really sanitized. I know the musical Oklahoma, the rain comes rushing down the plain.
All right, number one. Hold on. Time out. I just want to say I'm from Texas. I just moved here because I work here.
You're originally from Texas.
Okay. Oh, hell no. We're not going to do this, baby. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this.
You said Oklahoma, so I'm like,
I live here. Yes.
Okay, you live here.
This is where I raised.
Yes,
all day, every day. Oh, God, no. Jesus. Of Latter-day Saints.
Okay, well, that gives me a better perspective. What are you, San Antonio, Dallas, what?
Houston. Let's just say Houston. Yeah, I'm from the outside of Houston. So, yeah, man, don't lump me in with these people. I don't know. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping through the plain. Nah, man, I'm cool.
Man.
I'm cool on all that.
I don't know. Well, you must be. It must be very, very clean in Oklahoma compared to Houston, right?
It's not as big. Well, it's not as where I am is not as congested, and there are a lot of dumb people that are still gathering while all this stuff is happening. But like, it's not the downtown area isn't the mecca center of everybody coming together. So there's a lot more rural areas and places that you can do stuff in and see very little of people. So
I've been to those towns, man. I've been to Hydro and Ponca City, Broken Arrow.
Hey, that's me right there.
Are you in Broken Arrow?
Yeah, that's me.
Is it? That's kind of a small town, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of small, but I can throw a rock and hit my neighbor.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. I've been all over. I love Oklahoma.
Rumbler, man, I guess I'm singing the wrong song here. You know what I'm saying?
No, you need to sing like a more.
All my exes
live in Texas.
Technically, that's true too. That's
people
I can't.
They wonder what's wrong with me.
That's also true. Yeah.
Baseline. All my exes live in Texas. What's the next part? You say, that's why I'm moving to Tennessee.
Bully wrote that song.
And I moved to Oklahoma, which is close. You got to misdirect them, man. Because if you tell them that you moving to Tennessee, then they go there. I hit you with the audible.
well, listen, a lot of bass players in Houston. We got a lot of bass players up in Detroit.
You know what's wild, man? I played, but number one, the internet wasn't as big as it is then. The scene, I was younger, so I wasn't even dabbling in that type of stuff, nor was I confident in my skill to just go around and try to get in a scene and play for different cats. So I really don't know what the scene is like in H-Town. I don't know. I know that people are making
the
music
scene period in Houston.
It's definitely an established culture. Just depends on what type of, like in Houston, it's pretty much maybe not so much rock and blues and jazz stuff, but like rap music and stuff like that, that's a thing. Like slab culture is a thing for Houston. So
nice.
Well, Beyonce came out of there, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
wow.
you know, so even with her, it was a lot of electronic type drums and patterns and stuff. So it's not like live music. That's not really a thing. There aren't really like bands that come out of H-Town that I know of. It's all just like rappers and stuff. Tulsa, they actually have legends that actually came out of here that I learned later. Wayman Tisdale, bass player, basketball player.
Nice.
One cat. The Gap Band. There's an actual street in North Tulsa that's called the Gap Band Avenue. Like, that's where they stayed, on that street.
Wow.
So Charlie Wilson, the Gap Band, Tulsa. And I did not know that until I came here. And I was just driving around North Tulsa trying to get something to eat late at night, you know. And I pulled up.
That was supposed to be the Gap is supposed to signify the streets of where the so-called where the Black Wall Street was.
Mm-hmm. That whole area, yeah.
Strong.
Greenwood.
Yeah.
Yep.
What
I
about
do
you,
not
Rimble,
stay in
man?
that area.
What is your neck of the woods famous for, musically?
Well, I don't know, because I've only been here a few years. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, originally.
Oh, from Memphis. All right.
So he got Bear Street locked up.
That's even better, man.
So Stax,
Memphis blues.
Stax stuff, you know, the blues and what?
Is it Chess Records?
Stax Records was what's a big one. I don't know what Chess is.
Well, Elvis came out of Memphis, didn't
he? Yeah, he did. He did. Well, I think he moved there when he was about 12 or something.
And he got on Stax Record.
Elvis was on Sun Records.
Oh yeah, right.
And then later signed with RCA in
Colonel
I don't remember when. But yeah, Memphis is cool, man. Memphis is cool, but I've been out of there for a while now, but that's a great music town. And just to go and hang on Beale Street and listen to music is so much fun.
Oh yeah.
I did that.
Supposedly,
nice.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now I do have to say this. Stupid stuff happens to me and my wife gets upset about it, right? So I'm walking, there's, you know how they have like stores and stuff on Beale Street and there's like vendors that like sell food or whatever, right? So I'm walking with some elote, because who doesn't like elote, you know? So I'm walking and then they got this live band in a just like ducked off between buildings. They made this little pavilion situation with a pergola, and the band is playing on the stage, and then like they grooving and they playing like they running through the Elements, Earth, Wind and Fire. They running through them, and they were running their grooves, and then I walked up like on the side. Keep in mind, I have a cold snack in my hand, and then I got my elote. So I'm like, I like it. And I immediately started examining the guy's rig. He was running a acoustic 800 watt head and a 810 that he was pushing. Like he had it smiley face EQ, and then he was just running it. Like he was just playing funky, whatever. So he was like, he was good. And the bass he was playing was a vintage modified Squire.
Nice.
5-string.
So
it's a pretty
jazz
Squire. Vintage modified.
I like those.
So, you know, the standard 5, you know. Yeah, okay. So he was playing that. And then they had an area where there was chairs all around the what do you call that? It's the stage. Let's just call it a covered stage. I forget what that's called.
patio area, whatever. Anyway, so there was chairs around that, so I just grabbed me a chair right next to the bass place, and wife walked up, or she said, "Hey, I'm about to go and get this." I was like, "Cool." And then she took off, and I was like, "All right, cold snack,
All
elote, let's go,
right.
giggity, all right." So
Man.
I'm sitting there, and I'm watching his rig, and I'm watching him play, and I was like, he is not cutting through, dude. You are not cutting through. You're getting washed by everybody else, because they had like 2 lead guitars. Well, he didn't have it EQ'd to where he would actually be heard. Like, all he had was bass up and then treble up. Well, that's not his lane there. If you're trying to get heard,
hear him with the naked ear.
no, because like they had there was a keyboard player and who was also playing bass keys on it on top of that. And then they had 2 guitar players, they had a drummer, and then they had a singer, and then they had a horn section. So
They were over him.
Yeah, he was just getting washed. So I was like, what's wrong here? Because like it was full sound. It was just
not enough bass.
The EQ was like skewed towards the high end. And I was like, what is happening here? And I just like sat there and I was just staring at him. And he kept looking at his amp and he kept looking back at the stage and playing and kept looking at his amp. And I was like, so they had a break. And I was like, hey man, let me talk to you. And he was like, what's up? I was like, you are getting washed by all these people. He's like, I know, and I don't know what to do. And I was like, listen, this is what you need to do. He was like, okay, do you mind? I sat my elote in my little container, licked my fingers real quick, wipe them on my pants. Listen, you want to put your low mid up here.
The helping hand of bully.
You know what I'm saying? You want to put your low mid up here. You want to put your bass down here, high mid, that frequency, right? You want to sweep it. Then he started playing. I was like, okay, this is where we at. All right. You want to take your treble and then you want to bring it down to about right here. Now run that bass line. And he did it, and it was just there, and it was just there. I was like, yeah. And he was like, dude, you know how to play? I was like, yeah. You know how to play September?
Oh, come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
Do I know how to play that? I was like, yes. You for real? Because I hate that song. I was like, cool. Tell your dude. And so he told him, and he was like, all right, we coming back on at 5. You got it? I was like, yep.
Oh my God.
So they started it out.
Are you serious?
Yes, my wife came back and she was like looking around for me, and I'm on the stage.
And she looked at you like, "What is you doing?"
Like, what the?
That's so awesome.
she just sitting there. I was like, my food's over there.
And I bet you the people out there was feeling that bass, wasn't it?
Yeah, It was great. The dude I was playing with, he was on the side with a tambourine.
That's Memphis.
My wife was like, how? How did you drop into somebody else's gig? I was like, I don't know. I'm here. And the guy's like, do you live out here? The other guy, like the band leader, the MD. He's like, do you live out here? I was like, I live in Oklahoma.
What you got a bass player here that don't really want to play?
Yeah, he's not. He's a keys player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, you know what he was doing in the first place.
Yeah,
He didn't know what he was doing in the first place.
Yeah. So
it's a great story.
Yeah, it's funny and it's a true story. It happened whenever I went to go to the Gibson factory.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I bet you there was a few people out in the audience and new music was saying, okay, now this brother, all right, yeah. This brother got it. All right, yeah.
Well,
oh, where you going? Where you going? Whoa, come back. Where you going?
Yeah, that actually happened. That happened. Like I got up, like the song ended or whatever. And then you know how it ends abrupt on the track?
Right.
It ended, right? And I was like, cool. I took it off. Like 20 or 30 more people showed up because of the song was being played. Right. And then I took it off. I was like, all right. And I gave it back to him. Elote, cold snack. Let's go. And they was like, hold on, where you going?
I don't know these people. He's like, so how are you playing? I play bass.
Wait a second, sir. Are you Bully the Kid from YouTube?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, Rumbling, you just hit upon something, man. In the last few years, I've been recognized, man.
On the street.
On the street, and
tricky, ain't it?
I was in a drugstore one time. I walked in, it was kind of late. Nobody was around much. Met one of my fans. He was behind the counter. He says, "Max Proud?" I was like,
"It's a trip, ain't it?"
Yeah,
it's a trip, ain't it?
It is a trip. I understand how the celebrities be going through this shit. Sometimes it's weird because you gotta be careful with people approaching you. And
Yeah, you don't know how they about to get you,
man. Like, oh, okay, how you doing, man? I've got to know several people like that.
Yeah. So
and especially in music stores, I've been recognized in music stores a lot.
Yep. All right, so I told Rumbling on his stream that something has happened to me, and it's 2 different occasions. One of them was I'm an engineer, right? So I'm at work and I'm on my computer, and the way the cubes are set up, like I'm sitting there, and then you'd have to walk in from the back. You have to walk in from the back. Okay, cool. So I'm up here typing or whatever, and I hear the dude's steps, and then I hear them stop, and then they walk in, like they come closer to me, and then walk back out, and then scuffle back in. And I'm at this point, I hear you do this. So I turn around, and guy walks in. He's like, this may be weird. I don't want to be strange. Are you Bully the Kid? I was like, yeah, that's me. No freaking way. I was like, yeah, what's up? So he's like, dude, I subscribed to you like a year and a half ago because of the video in the Guitar Center where the guitar was real loud and stuff. I was like, cool, man. He's like, man, I got this bass and it's on my channel. I got this bass and I would love for you to play it on your channel. I was like, sure. For real? Yeah, bring it. Okay, I'll bring it tomorrow. So he did. And then I played it on my channel. He was like, yes. It was an
It's like they
bass.
put you in another place. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm just human. But they see you on that screen. It's a whole different thing, man.
Yeah. Now, that's the better of the case scenarios. I was in Walmart. I was in Walmart, right? And I'm trying to.
Don't scare me,
time. I was no. It's not nothing like weird, but I was like not in a mental headspace to be on. You know what I'm saying? To be Bully. I was still Alan, trying to read labels to make sure I can actually eat these because of carbs and such. And I'm up here reading between 2 different products, same product, just different labels, trying to make sure which choice I'm gonna make. Okay, this works better with this. Is there aspartame in this? Yeah, I can't have that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go with this. Excuse me. Oh, am I on the way? No, you're not. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, I do. Are you Bully the Kid? Yeah. And he just sat there.
Really?
Are you okay? He's like, yeah. Can I take a picture with you? Why? That was my first go. I was like, why? He's like, dude, nobody's gonna believe that I met you here. They're not gonna believe it. Sure. All right. So it's just me on somebody's page in aisle 3 of Walmart, right next to, I don't know, man. It's I'm just sitting there, and then I gave him the whole hey.
Oh.
it's
okay. Rumbling, what is your story?
Well, it's a story of failure.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
So, well, for me, I get recognized like sometimes in music stores, but only in musical situations. Like I'll be at a Guitar Center or a Sam Ash, or I'll be selling gear. You know, I'll be selling a piece of gear. Wait a second, are you the guy that reviewed this on YouTube? You know, things like that. Yeah, and this is the one from the video. You know, but at NAMM, so I went to NAMM this year in January, and there was a bass community event in a hotel ballroom late one night there called. It was a bass solo contest, you know, an event for the bass community. And there were some sponsors like NS, Ned Steinberger Design Basses, you know, was one of the sponsors. And I know one of the guys with their company, so I kind of hung out with them. But I walk into this room and it's just a bunch of guys who, you know, who play bass and big bass community kind of thing. And I walk in with my Rumbling Man t-shirt, you know, and everything. And I walk in, I'm like, crickets, man. Crickets. I'm like, hey guys.
You know who this is, huh?
Nothing. Nothing, man. Crickets.
Anybody?
No one. Man, if anybody knew who I was, they were just giving me the cold shoulder. But I thought surely there I would meet some people that I had, you know, interacted with on YouTube or something. But no, apparently not. I don't know.
But you have with other people in different stores and stuff like that.
Yeah, in Tampa and a couple places in Washington and stuff like that, like music stores and whatnot. But it's pretty crazy when that happens. Like, wow, really? The YouTube channel? Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know, it's great on one way, and another way, you know, you got to be careful. Because just today when I was coming in, man, I'm glad you peeped that, Bully, man. I was saying, yeah, how do I get on live? I think it came out. How do I get on Love with You or something? I was like, no. I was typing like, no.
I seen it. I was like, autocorrect. You couldn't have said that.
Because Rambo said, yeah, he wants to know how you get with Love with You. No. You're not fast. I was typing. No. I got love for you, brother, but that's it. Jesus.
Man. All right. Yo, fellas. I'm gonna have to chunk it to you, man.
Oh my gosh!
I got a cat that's been waiting to. Actually, let me just bring him in. Let's just do that, and then we gotta go because my wife is about to leave. So,
okay,
what's happening, Jerome?
Yo, what up, y'all? What up, fellas?
What's up, Jerome?
You've been trying to get in for a while, man. Figured I'd let you go ahead and drop in.
You know what, man? All this talk about basses, man, and y'all just been chopping it up, man. Y'all. Man, look, y'all are like some bass legend heads up in here, man. Y'all straight up.
Get out of here, Jerome.
But I need to apologize to you though. I need to apologize because first of all, the first live, I showed you my keyboard, but I didn't get the chance to start to show you the origin of it all. So just give me a second right here so I can get my old and it's just recently I just got this back from my upstairs neighbor / friend. We about to start a YouTube channel too. I mean too as well.
Sweet.
Not trying to put no promotion out there. So
I don't care. I'm not that famous.
Hey man, look, look, for somebody to walk into a mall and start playing some I don't know, some Earth, Wind and Fire, then that puts you on top of the list.
Wow. It's a regular person, man.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
It was actually Alan that played on that record. Verdine is just kind of their live bass player.
Oh, yeah.
You listen, I wasn't even here yet, man.
Bully, if you met Verdine, would you be just in total awe?
I don't know what the hell would happen if I met him. Like, I would just stare at him. Like, it'd be just like, that's the question. Like, if you was just like, if I was in Walmart and you walked around the corner.
Yo, Bully, this is the original keyboard. This is the start of it all. The Casio CTK 573 right here
with the 5 inches on the edge for the vocals. I can dig it. Yeah,
you dig that, man.
Yeah, do your
this
thing.
Is the first, man. No, but let me tell you the frustrations about it though. First of all, this thing requires like hold up, let me show you the batteries up in this piece.
Batteries. Yo.
These big heavy set.
Oh.
super heavy
man.
D batteries.
Oh wow.
Brought
That's
to you
old
by.
school.
Hey, let me get my bully the kid. Brought to you by Family Dollars. Promotion on. Then
Throw that bad boy in there. You got it brought to you by
Once
Family.
upon a time, man, Castro was the board now.
yeah,
Castro was the board once upon
and
a time.
then this back required like about 4 or 5 things, and then after that, I had to put the duct tape in the back.
Oh,
Man, this was rough. This was
Yeah.
fairly loved on. So this was my first baby, my first love child.
Hey, Jerome,
Nice.
those things used to eat batteries like a son of a gun, didn't they?
Man,
don't leave it on while you go to sleep. Do
Oh
not.
no. What I usually do, I turn it off, and I had to find somewhere to put it up, like behind the couch or just. It was like, I want to play this thing, but I really don't want to pick it up. And then after that, the duct tape kept on coming off of it. Like, come on, stay on that piece. But no.
Trying to find a wall adapter for that thing is. You didn't have Amazon then.
No, I think we had it, but I'm too lazy to get it. So my dad told me, you know what, Jerome, for your like 2 days after my birthday, I believe I told you the story. He's like, I'm gonna give you my piano because I've been looking to get another keyboard, which is I believe he has a Williams, and boy, is that bad. That is a bad boy right there. And then for those of y'all who don't know, I'm just gonna show you my oh my God, it's on my face. I look ugly.
You look good.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. This is my this is what my dad gave me, man. This is
Ooh, nice.
Thank you. Rolling.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. So I'm hopefully getting down on this bad boy soon when I get good.
Cool.
Nice, man.
Thank you.
Cool.
Bully, I hope you edit that out when you saw my face.
Oh man, it's
Please.
live. Everybody didn't see your face out there in these streets. And it's
I look ugly, Bully. I look ugly.
Hey man,
Jerome,
listen.
are you wanted?
Huh?
Are you wanted?
Am I wanted?
Yeah.
No, I'm not wanted.
Okay, you shouldn't be afraid then. All right, you know.
What'd you say?
You shouldn't be afraid then.
No. No, I just don't want to be talked about in these YouTube streets. You know how some people could take a photo and be like, you know what? I'm gonna roast this cat.
I'm gonna roast this guy.
Well, listen, gentlemen, it has been wonderful.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's been awesome.
Finally, I was able to come in and talk to all y'all. Man, it's been really nice. Bully Rumbler, man. Good to meet you, Jerome. I'm gonna head on out. Okay?
You too as well, sir.
Take it easy, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Bully, Vin Rock said that you and I should come to Bass Day 2020, and I believe that Bass Day is the thing that Max Proud goes to every year in Detroit, where all the bass players get together.
That'd be dope. That'd be cool.
That's a real long drive. What's up?
I kind of felt left out with this whole bass thing. I mean, like, wait a minute, maybe it's just the whole like bass thing that you guys are gonna do. He's like, maybe you should like do a whole bass hang and whole like get Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm like,
see, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm like, wait a minute, y'all, you got to be a bassist to get in part of this venture.
Just learn 3 notes, like learn 3 notes on the bass, and you're good, man.
You listen. You play bass with your left hand. I feel like that kind of counts.
Yeah, if you can play bass with your left hand, you know that's what they did in the '80s anyway. It's all so you're good, man.
Well, I'm a drummer at first at heart.
Nice.
Like, so I mean, like, I started off in church. Taught myself I'm a decent drummer. I'm not the best. And then I just started to transition after high school. I asked my father, like, yo, I think I might give keyboard a try because my dad always expressed heavily that, Jerome, you got a good ear. Like, I wish I had what you like. I got a little bit of an ear, but Jerome, you got a good ear. Like that, there was some songs that I haven't listened to in a while, and I think I can just remember that key on where it started at originally. Like,
wow.
For like for example, Bully had a bass hang, I believe, like a few days ago, and he had a little guitar riff on the on that Houston guitar.
I saw
And
that.
yeah, and he was like, do 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 do. I'm like, wait a minute, ain't that from the Temptations and Just My Imagination? And I'm like, what? And he brought up another song, Cool and Water. I'm like, oh wow. You know, and I'm like, I had to take myself back. I had to refresh my memory, and I'm like, that is from Cool and Water. But just to point it out, that's from the Temptations first. That's from the Temps.
It is. And the only reason why it got popular for the is it the Williams brothers? I think it's the Williams brothers. The only reason why it got popular for them is because it had those
gospel
vibes. It had that, you know, old heads. If you old, chances are you to listen to the Temptations.
Oh yeah.
So,
and I'm an old soul, and I'm an old soul. I'm 24 years old.
Hey. Wow.
Hey.
Yeah,
man. Cool. Now, all right. So let's. I'm about to end this whole thing, but I'm gonna bring in this one last person.
Yes, sir.
And then see what's going on. What's happening?
I thought they were Mason.
All right.
We're watching. What is it called?
Hey, Justin.
We're watching. What is it called?
What's going on?
I thought them Knicks were gonna win.
We're watching The Last Dance with Michael Jordan.
Them dudes were fucking Starks.
Oh god.
Fucking Oakley.
Okay.
Ewing.
All right.
Yeah, Oakley.
Yeah. We're just gonna.
Yeah.
We're just gonna know.
Exactly. Like.
Yeah, we're gonna take this out. This is Mother's Day, and there's a possibility my mama's on here. We not just going.
No profanity. No profanity.
I mean,
what
I didn't
in
say
the world was that?
That exactly.
I don't know, bro. I do not know. Justin,
what's that?
Justin,
did you not read the stream?
I didn't say no profanity, but
it goes without saying.
Yeah.
We got kids here. We got Jerome here, only 24 years old.
Oh, the disrespect.
That's respect for Jerome. I don't want the guy to hear profanity.
I mean,
well, here's the thing. Like
Virgin
said,
ears.
it's Mother's Day.
Yeah,
but it's Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day.
My mom is a whole thug out here.
Exactly.
You got these heathens cursing on your YouTube's channel,
on your stream. How dare you, sir?
I raised you better than that. I know. I was there when I did it.
Look, mama don't take no mess.
Sure don't.
Trying to keep it respectful, mama. Trying to keep it respectful.
Listen, my mom is nothing like that at all. I just gave my mama a character.
Dude, my mama is. Like, if one cuss word come out of my mouth, she is slapping the black off me.
Listen, I'm dark. That's gonna take a while. Okay. Listen. Okay. We out here.
Is that possible?
Man,
we don't talk about that in the black community, okay?
That can't be real.
Why do you think there are albinos?
Uh-oh.
I am one.
Okay. All right. Okay. Rumbling, Jerome, this has been a pleasure. I'm gonna take this time.
Awesome.
Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'll be doing this, hopefully next week, next Sunday. Y'all stop in, man. Thank all y'all for
no problem,
doing this with me. Love y'all. Y'all take it.
You too, man.
Till next time, y'all. Be easy.
Peace.
Cool.